The last thing I see that she posted is a Young Justice Outsider.
Well, I got it.
You got it?
My Facebook isn't acting weird today.
Flash just didn't have it right over there. Okay.
How far behind is this?
Because it's doing it on YouTube right now. It's just not.
Hi guys on YouTube and not on Facebook.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. But I wouldn't start yet. I mean, you can if you want to.
It's very far behind. That's fine.
We're just going to do the one.
All right, yeah, I got it now. Yeah, we're just doing the one.
Wait, you got the podcast?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going on Facebook.
But do you want to do it on YouTube as well?
Yeah, so I'm going to YouTube just to see if it's.
Oh, I didn't know what the channel was, so.
It's MajorFenix.
I have him added, so it'll probably be easier for me to do it.
Yeah. Still, Facebook or YouTube is easier. Yep, you're live on Facebook.
MajorFenix.
Who, me? Yeah, no. I already added you.
You see it?
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
we're live on here too.
Yep, it's loading on both.
Okay, so hey, I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna subscribe to MajorFenix.
Alright,
my phone up for Facebook.
Okay.
Who the fuck is Stephen Horn?
Oh, I'm not even gonna click the bell for notifications. I don't want notifications channel. Forget that. Wow.
Let me check the audio.
How rude.
The audio is working for you.
How rude.
Yours? Okay. You guys should be good. Unless this is going straight through the computer.
Oh snap! I already see on YouTube 2 watching now.
Yeah, nice.
It's me and you. Oh, that's 3. I got 3 on that. So you're just supposed to link to the YouTube channel. That's how it looks, right? That's how technology does things nowadays. Yeah.
Wait, technology does things?
Yeah, man, it's crazy out here. You can like send electronic mails and stuff.
Electronic mail.
Do I tell you what? Yeah, let me know when you saved it to your page.
I spelled millennial wrong.
It's okay.
That's one thing about being millennial. You can't spell nothing.
Okay, so there's nothing going through here.
Okay, then.
26. My stepsister's birthday is. Oh wait, what's today?
What's today?
It's Arizona 19. Scared me half to death.
Oh no! No!
We're never gonna hear the end of that on Thanksgiving.
Oh wait, what's today?
Okay. So,
Oh, yeah, I had both of them. Sometimes I forgot about PID. That sounded like it would be a great rap name.
Yeah, I was there and I was like, that's not how that sounds.
That's not how that song goes.
You talking about OPP?
Nah, the PID.
Oh. 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
And G-Unit. Was it G-Unit?
Get
your ass.
That was that song that everybody liked, because it had the steel drums in it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because I thought you were
See, I was thinking steel drums, and I knew what you meant, but at the same time, my brain was thinking something else, and so I didn't pick up on the song. It was like buffering. I was like, oh, I'm like, you know what a steel drum is, idiot.
do you though?
I hate when that happens.
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm trying to be the moderator here.
You have it on the Wits End page.
No, I shared it to my page.
I was trying to wait until it takes people on Wits End.
Oh yeah, I can just copy it.
Yeah. So then I can save it from the group thing, and people will go to the group page.
Share to group. Let's send. Okay, cool. You can edit the post. Just.
Oh, hey, Andrew's watching. Hey, Andrew, how are you doing today? Okay, brain.
It doesn't work. I was trying to.
Okay, I gotta figure out what's going on with the.
Turn my headphones up.
Turn my headphones up.
Okay. Let's see.
They said Andrew was watching.
On Facebook or
Facebook. I'm on Facebook.
I'm on
Yeah,
Facebook.
I see that Ryan Epps is watching it with me.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
Now to spam it to all of my friends on Facebook.
Because that's the way to do it.
I have like no friends on Facebook. That's tragic.
I mean,
One day.
do you have
I'm
friends?
popular.
You don't have
Yeah. You use Facebook?
I mean, one is in China. It doesn't count.
You can use Chinese Facebook.
No, it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count.
Alex is cool, but he's in
Alex
China.
is cool.
Oh, he doesn't. He's not a friend.
Well, no, he's not a friend until he
No,
has
he's
real
not a
internet.
friend until you ask for it.
Not that,
Wah,
not
wah.
that restricted internet.
Not that
they have over
restricted
there.
internet.
Can't even have free speech.
Can't even
I don't like that when I invite my friends, I only invite like 30 of them. I can't pick all of
No,
them.
he's not a friend until
There's
you
no
ask
select all option. You can
Jason,
control
you ready?
that, whatever.
Oh, you know we're on the live.
Yeah, no.
I just can't hear
Yeah,
anything
no, I'm asking.
on the headphones.
Are they plugged in?
Oh,
No.
you can't hear.
Yeah, so,
So,
But can
The soundboard on.
yeah, like at that point, you just take.
okay, so I can kind of hear you, but it's like last week where it's not very loud.
Is this better?
Yeah, I can hear the audio coming from my
Yeah, I
phone.
can hear the audio coming
But
from my phone.
I don't think it's loud enough.
I mean,
Okay, so I can kind of hear you, but it's like last week.
yo, whoever's out there,
Whoever's
chat
out
now,
there in chat land,
can you hear us?
It's just like
can you hear us?
Oh, see, that's weird.
Really?
That's weird. I can tell that Brittany is watching because she logged into my. So it's really weird.
Hey guys,
But I just said hello to myself.
It's
Can you hear us?
Testing.
No. Really?
yeah, but we can hear us
Yeah, but
through
we can hear us.
stream, so it's fine.
We do sound muffled.
Hey, Gas in the chat. How's it going?
Yeah, I don't know why everyone sounds muffled though. Maybe it's the output.
You can hear us stream, so it's fine.
Can you hear us, Brittany?
Can you hear us, Brittany?
I mean, if that's what everyone
I
sounds
mean,
like.
that's what everyone sounds like.
Okay, start saying some things, please.
Can you hear us, Brittany?
Saying some things.
Yo,
Saying
it
some
stole
things.
my
Yo,
bit.
it stole my
That's what
bit.
everyone sounds
I was
like.
gonna do that.
Phantom power.
Oh, it was
Why was
on.
it off?
Why was it
It
off?
should be off because he's not in it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what it is.
they're not
Oh,
convincing
that's what
mics.
it is.
We should be good.
Okay.
We should be good.
We did it.
Saying some things.
Alright,
Yo,
we're
it
ready.
stole my
Alright, so
bit.
we're ready.
I was gonna do
Alright,
What up,
that.
so
fam?
what up,
Fam?
fam?
You
I
saying
think my
fam?
intros are better.
I think my intros it off. Go ahead.
Should we say fam, or we like to go over that?
Oh, that's what it
you
is.
say.
Okay, I mean, anyone can say
We
that.
should be good.
Okay.
Alright,
But it's
Alright,
okay.
so we're ready.
Welcome to
Alright,
Within.
so what up, fam?
We're gonna
can we
talk
say
about
that?
some stuff.
I think my intros are better. But
So,
go ahead.
Can we say
So-
fam?
In particular,
Your intros are terrible.
Yeah, in particular, we're talking about
how it feels to be a millennial.
how it feels to be a millennial
through
through
our
our
lens.
lens.
We might talk about some theme songs.
We might talk about some theme song intros, and then we definitely going to talk about Mr. Stanley himself.
So-
I think he
Deserves
deserves
a lot of
a lot of mention today,
big
as
part
he
of a
was
lot of our childhood.
a big part of a lot of our childhoods.
I mean, Steve, you only.
I mean, Steve, you
Nah,
only
I did
had
not what I meant.
Nah, I did not
The
know
half
what I
was in
meant.
reference to a
The
lot
half
of
was
us
in
as
reference to a
opposed
lot of us as opposed to
childhood.
I mean, we'll
childhood.
get there.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're still a child.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're
so
still a
Okay.
child, so your child.
Also, if you're watching,
Gaston
Gaston
slash
slash Brittany,
Brittany.
Andrew, I think is watching. If you guys want to drop something for us to talk about, feel free to do that as well.
Yeah, we're also live on.
Yeah, we're also live on YouTube.
Oh,
Can
we
you
are.
post a link for?
Can you post a link for the?
God, you want everything.
Yes, I do. Technician.
Yes, I do. Technician.
Hop on it.
Yeah.
I like some water
I like
also.
some. I like some water also.
Boy,
Thank you.
Boy.
Boy.
That's
I also
racist.
noticed that there's no God in the box today on the stream.
Oh,
Just give me a second on that.
true.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do something very special, actually.
I'm scared now.
Yeah,
I'm scared now.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, you'll like it.
What if I don't?
What if I don't?
Oh, that's cool. You can
But anyway, while our technician producer guy gets all that together, let's jump
Turn
right
his headphones
into.
up.
Turn
What?
your headphones up.
I can't hear you out my left headphone.
Let's jump right into the first topic. So, probably the biggest news this week is passing Stanley.
I wasn't even going to start with that.
Yeah, he definitely said.
Yeah, he definitely said later.
I don't think you should.
I don't think
Fine,
you should.
you start then.
Do I need to put technical difficulties up, right?
That's more like technical.
Maybe.
It's more like technical
Got 'em.
difficulties.
Got him.
No, I think we should
But
start with being
no,
a
I think we
millennial
should start with
first,
being a millennial first.
There's been a lot of stuff going on.
There's been a lot of stuff going on in the world.
And millennials been thrown around.
Millennials been thrown around.
So misused.
So misused.
Even when you're even when it's not the millennials.
Even when it's not the millennials.
It's like Gen X.
It's like Gen X and the boomers.
Goddamn boomers.
So all right. Starting off, how would you define the age bracket for
the age bracket for millennial?
The age bracket for millennials is technically defined as anyone born between 1981 and 1996.
So you say that, but we can
probably go online and find like things that vary, where it might say like 85 to this date or
79. It's like
79. It's like a sliding scale.
Yeah, but you know when you see it.
Yes.
Right now,
it'd be people in their mid to late 20s, early 30s.
Bro, these losers.
Got him.
Got him.
The year 2000 were in their and that's what 14 is.
So to my little brother out there,
you're still not one of us. He's 20, by the way.
He swears he's one of us.
He swears he's one of us.
I
remember when I was 20.
I don't know if I remember. I don't know. To be honest.
He was blackout drunk.
He was blackout drunk.
But no, like you said, it kind of sucks to be a millennial.
Like you said, it kind of sucks to be a millennial.
But not. We probably don't have
the same reasons why it sucks.
Well, Ryan, why does it suck to be you? I'm sorry, a millennial.
It sucks to be me.
It sucks to be me.
And I know I'm great.
And I know I'm great.
But there's no one else.
Right.
You're sitting here going.
Right.
I'm not an asshole.
I'm not an asshole.
He's trying to make a joke about marriage.
He's trying to make a joke.
Oh, that's what. Is that what?
Oh,
that's where he was going.
That's where he was
No
going.
idea. I was like,
Coming after Ryan today. What's
coming
going
after
on?
Ryan today? What's going on?
He really wanted to get that out
He
there,
really
so
wanted to get that out
me and
there
Kara
so that he can
married.
get me and Kara married.
I know you.
I know you.
Oh, so it's like people say.
Oh, so it's like
They say it's really great, so then
They
other
say it's
people
really great.
Yes.
Oh no,
can join in how not great.
Can join in how not great it
actually
is.
is great. Not in a rush at kids though.
You're not.
Anyway,
Going
back to what I was
going back to what I was
being
originally saying.
Anyway.
Being millennial.
it's like growing up. We had
this giant technological boom
where
where
we had like a little bit of technology.
we had like a little bit of technology, and then like within
5-10 years, it was
5-10 years, it was like we had everything.
And now it's like
I wouldn't say we're stagnant, but we just know
and we understand.
We understand the technology growth.
So you have like your
parents,
and
like your grandparents were like,
how do you do this? And
how do you do this? And you had all these new kids.
We
It's
grew up
like
with this, and
we grew up with this, and we were like,
we were born in it.
we were born in it.
Molded by it.
Molded by it.
We're molded by it.
There is a Disney movie that I feel like personifies the millennial experience with technology.
My Wally.
TV movie, like a crappy one. You remember the movie called Smart House?
I thought he was going to say the 13th year.
I thought he was going to say the 13th year. I was like, what?
He turned into like a merman.
Yes.
No, I did not know that. Please summarize the plot.
Called Smart House. It came out on Disney in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And literally the concept is...
Hold up,
Your wife said.
Your wife said, "Be careful with the not ready for kids thing, Yasmin." Your mother.
Oh wait, is she really?
Oh wait, is she
Hi, mother-in-law.
Hi, mother-in-law.
If she got having kids money, then let's go. If not, won't be a second.
You know she got the money.
You know she got the
I was
money.
about to say you don't even want to.
I was about to say you don't even want to.
What if she just shows up like I have?
What if she just shows up like I have 100,000?
That's great. Hey, my dad, let's go.
That's kind of
What the phrase get to work?
What the phrase get to work? Okay, like
So go ahead.
So go ahead.
So Smart House is a really terrible Disney Channel movie. The concept is like it's a single dad and his kids, and really like they win a contest to get a totally fully automated house.
There's some context to this. Okay.
I mean there is, but the context is irrelevant.
Their mom is dead.
I'm just
So
talking
you
about
know.
the technology.
I mean, I thought.
I thought with a
Either
single
the mom
dad,
is
like
out the
either the mom is
picture dead,
out
or
the picture
she's
dead,
deadbeat,
or
but
she's a deadbeat. But Disney won't do deadbeat moms.
That'd be
Just
dads.
make them evil.
Anyway, keep going.
But
Keep going.
nah, it's just weird looking back at a movie like that because when it came out, everybody thought it was this far off like future thing. Like they make a big deal in that movie about showing like, oh, this is the house of the future. Like a computer will pop your toast for you and tell you the weather and let you know when you need to leave to get to school on time.
Sound like Cloudy was chats and
More or
meatballs.
less. But it's just kind of funny because that was like pushed as this, like, oh man, this will happen like 50 years from now, one day maybe. And it's just like, nah, Google did that like 5, 10 years.
Oh, so you talking about how Apple?
Oh, so you talking about how Apple's behind on
Got
everything
'em.
Android?
Got
True facts.
But no, it's like
But no, it's like we live in like an era
I
of
guess
just
the mindset
I guess
for me is like we
the
live in an
mindset
era
for
of
me is like we live in an era of
because of all the-
nostalgia because
like,
of all
all
the
the stuff that we grew up
like
with,
all the stuff
that
that we grew up
now
with
either
that's now
they're
either
trying to market to us again.
they're trying to market to us
making
again.
Ghostbusters
They're
3.
making Ghostbusters 3.
They are. And Aykroyd wants to do that.
Yeah, but he said they're not.
Yeah, but he said they're
Don't,
not.
don't say they are going to.
Don't say they are
in that
going
interview.
to.
He simply
Well,
said
in that
they're
interview,
probably
he
not.
simply said
I'm not worried about
probably
that.
not.
I'm not worried about that.
But like Polaroid cameras,
But like
bring
Polaroid
those back
cameras,
again.
they bring
Like,
those back again.
They're trying to like market
they're trying to like market
us,
nostalgia
and it's
back to us, and it's like, but we don't really want that.
changing the world.
We want
Like,
changing the world.
We want like free
we want, like,
healthcare. Like yeah, we want actually,
we want like actual things, not like y'all's market like the things we grew up with back to us. We're okay with them dying in the past, mostly.
Bring back the Wonder Ball.
Bring back the Wonder Ball.
That's it.
Oh, you can't.
That's it.
I know.
You can't.
I know.
Right?
FDA.
Right?
See, like that's what I'm talking about. Millennials
that's what I'm talking about.
went down with the
Millennials
FDA.
went down with the FDA. Down with the government.
Not the
I mean,
FDA.
not the FDA.
Some
Parts of the government.
parts.
Some
Yeah.
parts.
Down with the bitches and hoes.
But nah, like it's
It's
this weird
this weird
like dichotomy of being a millennial.
dichotomy.
It's like on the one hand, there are millennials who
There
are
are
like,
millennials who are like,
oh,
I didn't pay for college. I'm happy.
I didn't pay for college. I'm happy.
And then the other
Well, not
side,
even-
I paid
You
for
know,
college.
other sides, I paid for
not
college,
even
and
that,
I'm
like,
not
it's
unhappy.
interesting you brought up the nostalgia thing. On the one hand, there are millennials who are like, oh, an all-female Ghostbusters cast is ruining my childhood. Nah,
A small minority of people.
small minority.
I mean,
But they were very loud about it.
But they were very loud about
It's
it.
kind of like the Rick and Morty fans.
It's kind of like the
a
Rick and Morty
small
fans.
group
It's like a
of
small
Yeah, like,
group of people.
like,
and
on the
like-
one hand,
If
there's
you
this
recognize,
like,
if you recognize
If you
it,
recognize, if you recognize
doesn't matter how.
regardless, like there's a section of millennial people.
Not irregardless.
It actually works in verbal talk.
It actually works in verbal talk.
Yeah, it could. But there's like a section. There's a subset of millennials that are like so overboard with, you know, like being a fan of things and nostalgia. And then there's another group of millennials that are like, nah, we just want change for the better. And some millennials take that too far. In some cases. That's another conversation.
I understand what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying.
But at the same time,
But at the same time,
going
going back
back
to the
that's just a
Ghostbusters
fan
thing,
base.
I think that's just a fan base.
That's being stupid.
That's
More
being
so
stupid.
than, like,
More
age
so
group.
than
Like, you can
like
say the
the
same
age group.
thing
Because
with
like you can
Star
say the
Wars.
same thing with Star
Like,
Wars.
it's not just millennials.
Like it's not just
like,
millennials. It's like
grandparents.
grandparents.
You ruined it.
People with
Parents,
Ray.
People with eyes.
Yeah, like you know,
Yeah, like
it's,
you know,
it's more than
it's
just generation,
more
but,
than
like,
just
as
generation,
far as,
but
the
like
change,
as far as like the
I
change,
feel like millennials want.
I feel like
different change
millennials
than
want
like
different change than what
Xers
like
and boomers
the
want.
Xers and the
And
boomers
then
want, and then
Gen Y, they don't.
Gen
know
Y, they don't know what they
I
want.
mean, they shouldn't. They're like, what?
They,
No, the oldest
no,
ones are like.
the oldest ones are like 20.
Where have you been?
24.
Like Steve is on the
Like
tail
Steve
end
is on
of
the
being
tail
millennial,
end
so he's
of being a
the
millennial, so he's like
younger side. I
like on the younger side. I think millennials start around 20, like end around 24 or 25.
So Steve, how does it feel for you?
So Steve, how does it feel for you being the youngest one here?
It's fine. I'm good.
I feel like I'm an old man.
I feel like
basically,
I'm an old
I
man,
mean,
basically.
the beer is.
I mean, the
No,
beer
I
is.
meant like my attitude.
No, I meant like my attitudes
I don't care
about
what
stuff.
happens.
I mean,
I don't
you
care
are
what happens.
antiquarian.
I mean, you are antiquarian, you know.
Yeah, you are.
Not actually, but you know.
Not
Yeah, you are.
actually.
I'm not.
You're doing it right now.
Okay, first of all,
Okay, first of all,
you don't get to say stuff that's not
don't
true.
get to say stuff
and
that's
then
not
accuse me
true,
of it. So,
and then accuse me for it.
It's never over.
I mean, you still use old terms.
I mean, you still
like
use old
Negro,
terms like Negro and
yeah,
I
but
say
whenever I,
Negro.
yeah, I'm saying whenever I always say ironically.
Yeah, I always say
See, I
ironically.
was
whenever I'm
making a
talking.
See,
joke.
I was making a
Help
joke.
you.
You were supposed to help me, but you,
Oh,
it's
No,
okay.
Steve likes to
Anyway.
disagree.
Yeah, it's
It's
okay.
fine. We're gonna make a shirt about it one day.
So Jason, you are the
Jason,
oldest
you are the
millennial
oldest millennial
Emma?
here.
here. Yeah, you're almost a Gen
Yeah,
Xer.
you're almost a Gen
Almost.
Xer.
Okay.
I don't know how-
Why the shifty eyes?
Why the
I don't know
shifty
how
eyes
most
from the
millennials
producer?
are.
You're almost a Gen Xer.
Oh, it's easy. During his rebirth.
Reborn during
So how do you feel about
So,
this?
so how do you feel?
What's the
Why the
question?
shifty eyes?
I'm doing multiple things. Come back to me.
So,
Oh, it's easy.
recently, there was a
I'm just-
Congressman
how do you
who
feel
was
about it?
elected
Yes,
as
her
a
cousin Cortez.
what was his name?
Well,
Her last name's
recently there was a there was a
I thought that was her first name and her last name.
No, she got two last names.
I
Yeah, you know what? This is what you said.
But like this whole article about like how she can't afford
Might be a lot.
As a millennial.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of interesting information about that.
I'm sorry. I'm fixing it.
Yeah, well, just in general because based on her financial reports,
because she actually put out her tax returns.
Right. It's almost like she's at least trying to be honest. Maybe a little. It's hard to say. So April 2018, the latest records we have, she had somewhere between $15,000 and $50,000 readily available in her checking account. She has at least $15,000 in her savings account and $15,000.
I wish I had that much.
It'd be nice.
And yeah, a $50,000 investment account. Okay, so we don't really know how much money she actually has, just because that was April.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
So she could be lying.
I'm not saying that she's lying or not, but what I'm saying is that title resonates with a lot of millennials about like not being able to afford a lot of just things that we kind of need.
No, I'm not with you on that one. I know a guy who 7 years ago, he's like 6 years old. He was making $8 an hour, and he could afford an apartment in Baltimore. I should say Baltimore County, and he had a phone. He just took the bus to work every day. This before he got married too.
I don't know how much I believe with that.
65. That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said 6 years old.
He's actually older than that.
Okay, at 65, was he receiving any other benefits?
Nope.
Also, at 65, was he a millennial?
No, that's not my point. That wasn't my point.
But no, what I was going for is like a lot of us, we took the route to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us are in debt,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're trying to like work our way out of this debt, and it's really tough for us. So like we have not a lot of disposable income. It was like we kind of went to school off the line.
Now, before you continue,
and that's my feeling.
Before you continue, Brittany has a question. She wants to know, or I want to know, was it a nice apartment?
Of course not. Okay. Why does it have to be nice?
Yeah,
do you need a nice apartment? Brittany, do you need a nice apartment? You would like one, of course, but you don't need one.
Brittany, you see he's going to Steve Manson's.
That's not semantics. That's literally the truth. So, just saying. Sacrifice has to be made. Yes.
But you know what kind of happened? Just what generally happened is about time we went to college, there was a shift in the market, so they didn't really need professional
tuition jump 400%.
Well, no,
could just let it finish.
No. What I'm saying is that they didn't need as many college trained workers, so you know.
But now they're requiring a degree for everything. You want to flip burgers? Hope you have a bachelor's degree. That's not like actually true.
I mean, yeah, like in all honesty, what I'm saying is, what you're talking about, Jason, skilled. Like, what do you mean?
Skilled versus unskilled.
No. Specifically, what he means.
What as far as what?
Because like, what would you go to back in this time period, right? You said there was a shift in the market.
Yeah.
Where they don't need
people who like a lot of.
Degrees, but for what jobs?
A lot of the ones that you need college degrees.
Like what?
Do I really have to name scientists? Because I'm one.
I'm not sure. I don't understand that. So you're saying that they don't need those jobs anymore? Is what you're saying?
No one's retiring, and they're just kind of staying where they are. So,
okay, I understand.
So basically, everything's stagnant.
Okay, I just what you mean. I understand that.
Which is relatively accurate.
Yeah, like what's the guy's name? Bill Kraft. Yeah, I'm calling him out. He's been at the NBA for like 1,000 years now.
2,000.
2,000 years now. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was there when Jesus was
learning to drive.
Stone car, man. Yeah. Judas crashed the car, blamed it all on Jesus. Jesus took the rap.
Got his license revoked.
He got the capital punishment for that because I think he ran over the Virgin Mary or something like that.
Was that before or after he flipped?
His mom?
No, the other Virgin Mary.
There's only one.
There's only a whole bunch of Marys back in the day.
No, there's only one Virgin Mary.
Yeah, that's like a title, bro.
Marys.
Yeah, there's two specifically in the Bible.
See, y'all are like messing up the whole joke.
Yeah, you did that.
Nah, you're just
you did that, man. Yeah, you did that.
No, I'm not a heathen. I'm a scientist. Hail science.
Well, technically,
Hail Hydra.
Technically, you'd be a heretic because a heretic is anyone who disagrees with widely held beliefs.
That's pretty weak, bro.
That's what the definition is.
That's pretty weak, bro.
Anyway.
Yeah, but it's a specific one.
But like,
it's a specific one.
You want me to Google it?
Anyway.
Let's not go into semantics here.
Steve Mantix.
It would be, he brought it up. It was him. It's not
That's why I didn't say Steve Mantix.
Thank you, Ryan.
But there's no clever hashtag that fits my name.
Hashtag Gaston doesn't put
Hashtag Beauty and the Beast. So anyway, like Bill Kraft has been like the head of the NBA for a very, very long time, and a lot of the rules that he comes up with are very antiquated. Like they do not make sense to a lot of modern drivers, and so can get man.
I'll say an example real quick. You can't play music in the car, or you get automatically fired.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they say that music in driving is just as distracting as texting and driving.
That's not what statistics say.
It's not just as distracting. It's not.
No, they say more distracting.
No,
they actually say more distracting.
Yeah, I don't agree. It's distracting to some degree, but it's not.
Yeah. Well, I did read a statistic on it though. They say that if you play the music they like, that's the most distracting. If you have nothing, that's just as distracting because they're not paying attention. But if you have moderate music like jazz, rock, just something mild, they'll not drift away, but
it'll calm them down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of new drivers have anxiety about driving, so like having something to calm them down that's not like conversation, because a lot of students don't like to talk.
Or they'll get distracted by the talking.
Yeah, they can't talk.
Yeah. But like a lot of there was another rule that he made. I'm trying to think what it was.
I mean, some of the things he wanted.
Oh, like they took off parallel parking.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. I think they only took that out because a lot of people failed it.
And
they had to redo it.
Yeah,
and if you feel like wasting people's time.
I was gonna say you make more money if you at least let people pass the test.
But a lot of people are passing the test and now can't drive, and now you have unsafe motorists. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I was in charge there, that to me, I feel like
a lot of people are passing the test and now
don't worry about it.
And now you have unsafe motorists.
A stricter test. To prevent
that's what I'm saying.
Unsafe drivers from getting out there.
If I was in charge,
not leading to.
Okay.
You need a stricter test to prevent all these unsafe drivers from being out there.
Yeah.
And not leniency.
Okay.
So
I had issue with when you first started, but I understand what you mean. You said antiquated, and I didn't understand.
I'm just saying, like, he has, like, kind of old thoughts.
Yeah, those aren't old thoughts. Those are new thoughts.
I mean, some of the
That's why I was confused.
Some of the things just don't even really need, they're not necessary anymore. Like, why does class have to be 3 hours, for example? You really don't need all that time.
But there's no harm in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, if there's no reason to change it, then why bother?
I'm saying, like, a lot of teachers complain that the last, like, 45 minutes
get it?
you get fined, so why not just make class 2 hours?
I just see a lot of emojis popping up. People liking angry.
That's fine.
But there are other things, like, as far as how I feel being a millennial, like, I'm at a certain age where I just don't even know if I'm supposed to call somebody Mr. still or just by their name.
I literally had this conversation with
I don't care.
my mother-in-law this morning.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's like, if I'm at work, I was like, hey, Mr. Such and Such, or I was like, hey, Stan.
Oh, you mean like...
Nah, I had this conversation with my mother-in-law because she asked me the question. She was like, "What do you call me?" It's like, I don't know, Miss. Like,
but I still call.
I normally call her Miss and then her first name, but then it's like she doesn't want to be called Miss.
Sorry.
So then it was like,
I'm sorry if you're watching, but I can't not do that.
But then it was like,
I mean, you are the youngest.
I don't feel comfortable just calling you like directly by your first name. That doesn't seem right.
That's like with Kira and her parents. I still call them Mr. and Mrs. And her dad even was like, just call me, by my first name. I was like, no. I really would like to, but the respect of me is just stopping it from like doing it. It's like, I don't know, like, and I'm at that age now where if I'm just like out in the real world and I see somebody who may be older than me, maybe
you just say Mr. or Miss,
it's
regardless.
like, hey, Mr. such and such. And it's like, and then when people call me Mr., I'm just like,
Oh, no, I get Mr. Horn. That's great.
So, I legitimately
don't mind.
That just sounds very, very sexual.
It does sound like, it kind of does.
Human horn. Remember?
No, pass. Anyway, or Mr. Steve is the one if I want to feel young, but that's weird too.
The only thing that I would accept a title before my name is if I am coaching, and then you can call me Coach something. Like
Coach Gaston. Coach Gaston. No, that's what's weird.
But even then, I'd rather Coach Gaston because Coach Horn just makes me think I'm my dad, and it's a whole different weird thing because he's old.
Oh, I know I'm not my dad.
Say,
That's my oldest brother.
It's not my fault we have the same name.
No, like people mistake my oldest brother and my father all the time, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. He took that one.
That's unfortunate.
He took that L.
Yeah, I don't have that either because our dad is light skinned. He's not watching.
Light skinned.
Yeah, he's not watching.
You mean light skin? Hold on, Steve. You forgot to say. You forgot to say the important thing though. That he's adopted.
See, look now. If that was supposed to be a secret, that's on you, because I didn't say anything.
You were the one who said it.
Yeah, but that's why you know. But it's your fault for telling more people. Moving on. Next, no, I'm kidding.
So Jason, you still haven't got your thoughts on being a millennial yet.
He's being a techie for something. I don't know what that. What are you doing?
He's watching porn back there.
Yes, I'm looking at porn. Leave me to my devices.
Oh, speaking of which, religion has changed a lot for millennials too. A lot of millennials have been moving away from traditional religion.
Pretty much.
So like I know, a lot of people are not with, let's say Christianity for instance, since, this is probably what we were more well versed in. A lot of them just like I'm looking at like the churches and I just don't want to go anymore because it's like I see a lot of things wrong just in the church. Like not that I lost my belief, it's just that some of the institutional stuff in the church is way too much.
Do me a favor.
I don't give enough credit.
Squeeze the move together and move over.
It's not a big deal. It's fine.
A little more, please.
You're too close.
The chairs.
Next thing you know, I'm going to start choking you. We were good, yo.
This producer guy with his...
Yeah, I can't move over either.
Nah, he's just trying to save space for his freaking...
No, you'll see it in a second. And transition. Okay.
You put a hologram of yourself in here?
No, even better. Check it out.
Hologram Tupac.
Okay.
We're waiting to see what Jason has done.
What you did. Oh, you put chat up.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. Is faster. So we have chat. That's why he wants to. He has chat and.
Oh, that's so fancy.
Yes.
Boo this man.
Yeah, I can't read it because it's not full screen, but that's fine.
I don't appreciate how you took out Ryan's torso though.
He doesn't need it. He used to be a floating head like him. The like multiple
probably Ichabod Crane.
God. Anyway, what were you saying? Religion.
Oh yeah, like a lot of people are viewing religion differently because, you kind of have a little bit more knowledge about like what was going on, and I'm not going to say this for everyone because I'm not trying to say like religion is wrong and religion is bad, but I do talk to a lot of people and they're just like, yeah, organized religion is kind of
organized,
intrusive.
It's like yes, a lot of negative things. Yeah, a lot of negative words that does not like that is moving away from the church, and so now I know a couple of churches are trying to appeal to millennials now by trying to change some things around. But it's like, for example, like one thing the Bible says, "Come as you are," right?
It says some other stuff after that, but yeah.
but pretty much it's like, you're not supposed, like, if you trying to come to a church, like, you shouldn't be judged by trying to come to a church. Like, if you don't have, certain things, you should still be welcome to a church.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people are like, yeah, I've gone to church and I've seen them kick people out because they look poor. And it's like, you can't do that. And so a lot of people don't like stuff like that.
Well, yeah, because that's
going completely against.
Well, no, because I've never heard of that either.
It's kind
of. I can't say it doesn't happen, but yeah.
I mean, I personally have seen like them say something to somebody like, if you're going to come to our church, you need to dress better. It's like, well, this is all I have. Well, you need to find some solution. I've seen that happen.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay.
And I'm like, that's not right.
It is incorrect.
It's kind of difficult.
Paul actually says the opposite.
It's kind of difficult to
that's
quantify how people feel about church because everyone has such a different church experience.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
And that's another thing. Like, why are there so many different churches for the same thing?
Location.
Well, no, I'm not talking. I'm talking about sects.
Well, I'm talking about like literal.
Oh, like you literally want to know? We can do it right now.
I know, I do know, but I mean, that's a thought process for a lot of people.
I'm saying like if all three of us went to a
And they're dangerous because if one of these skateboards or ski boards, whatever they're called.
Ski hill operators refuse to let anyone with a snowboard onto the chairlift, so they have to hike to the top of the mountain and then find a secluded ski trail where they won't get caught. The ski patrol says it's got its hands full.
Quite a lot of them are uncooperative. Some of them have had a little bit to drink, and smart alecks. You know, you go up and approach them in a very calm, collect manner, and they tend to lip you off. You ask them very nicely to leave, that they're endangering the public and possibly themselves, and they swear at you, they tell you to get lost, mind your own business. So it's quite a problem for us, really.
I think the major problem with the snowboards is that they run into people. You know, they can't see behind them, and when you get skiers and snowboarders together on a run, you're looking for trouble.
But the snowboarders don't see it that way.
You got this powder strap right here, it holds you on like a brake. Your board can't go any more than 3 feet away from where you are. Skiers have brakes on their skis, or straps about the same thing.
So why are these people upset then?
I don't know, they just don't like how it looks. They think it's dangerous. They don't want no new equipment or anything probably up there. Some gadget or something.
Skiing is the same way, you know. People, you know, they get on skis and they just think they can overcome the world, and they just head down most, you know, their capacity, and they hurt other people just like a snowboard.
I think they should let them give them a trial run and let them try them out and see how they go, and if they have a high fatality rate with them, they should take them off.
Even if snowboarding is just another California fad, the people who work on local ski hills say one season is one too many.
They don't see our point, they only see their own point, and it's sort of a tunnel vision of a sort.
You see any compromise in the future at all?
No. Skiing is becoming more and more popular, and if these boards become more and more popular, it's going to be more hassles, more confrontation, so we just like to say that we don't want them at all.
You stood up to them! I want to be just like you.
Oh, I don't know. The life of an outlaw ain't easy. That, was pretty cool, what you just did there yourself.
I'll do it. Anything.
Well, since you've seen how great I am, I suppose I have no choice. Whoa, montages are dangerous. Cordy, I didn't think we'd actually rob...
Hands up! We got you surrounded!
What? But I'm not...
You'll never take us alive!
But we're open to possibilities. Cordy, this got way out of hand.
It's okay. I got this. I won't let you down. I promise. All right. Death it is. Waylon. God. What in tarnation is going on?
Oh, God, she's gone southern.
Hey, lay off my partner. I once shot a man just for... Back off. Oh, my God, yes, of course. So sorry.
This is you. These are your friends and family, the people who matter, who love you, who make life worth living. And these are the people you spend all your time with.
Oh, I don't know, maybe because your credit's garbage.
These are your friends and family, the people who matter. You're like Jim and Pam. Yeah, let's pretend that's the perfect example of a workplace romance.
Oh, okay, well, at least your ears work better than your dick.
One night, you finally work up the courage. Yeah, let's pretend that's the perfect example. Remember when you saw Thor: The Dark World on a plane and thought it was your favorite movie for months until you watched it at home and realized you didn't love it? Yeah. You'll be taking the long way to the break room for a few weeks. Thor: The Dark World on a plane. Drunken mistakes aren't the only office hazard. There isn't just one species of creep. There's a whole spectrum, and your local variety may differ by climate, available prey, and proximity of J. Crew outlets.
You free Friday night? Because my dad's got an open tab at the yacht club. Please. A dame only gets paid less if she can't keep up with the men around her, or if she's ugly.
You know, Janice carries a lot of tension on her shoulders, too. I think it's her tits.
A dame only gets paid less if she can't keep up with the men around her, or if she's ugly.
Right when you're wondering if you can still call yourself a recent college graduate, he shows up. Who is this guy? His diet would put you in a coma, yet he still seems to have endless energy. You're wondering if you can still call yourself a recent college graduate.
What'd you do last night?
Nothing too crazy. Shot the
guy?
beauty box,
His diet would put
then
you in a
danced till
coma,
2 a.m.
yet
and
he
called
still
it
seems to have
early
endless
night.
energy.
Yep.
I watched Shark Tank, then went to bed.
The worst part
What'd
is,
you do last night?
you see him like that. How does he see you?
Then danced till 2 a.m. and called it early.
Maybe you should work harder.
watched Shark
Maybe
Tank.
you need to be like. The worst part is, you see him like he thinks the word Machiavellian is a compliment.
To the men's room!
He's not content to just work. He wants to rule.
My lord,
Maybe
expense
you need to be
reports
like
from Cynthia and marketing. Do
He
they not
thinks the word
seem
Machiavellian is a
embroidered?
compliment.
Perhaps I
not
should be the
content to just
one
work.
to go to the kingdom of Fila Delphia for the sales conference in her stead. I will secure the fate of House Tam-Oculus.
Of course, ambition is a double-edged sword, and so is this.
I thought the sales rep really liked me. Please don't take my fucking phone.
Of course, ambition is a double-edged
back to
sword.
40 years of hard labor.
Not everybody considers this job an opportunity. For some, it's a life sentence.
Molly nabbed me after college. I was driving back from my 6th Burning Man, and I needed the money, man. Ugh, worst mistake of my life.
She spends all her time talking about what she's going to do when she finally gets out of this place.
You know what would be fun? A private plane orgy, you know? Like in the Wolf of Wall Street.
The irony is, when prisoners do finally get their freedom, they usually have no idea what to do with it.
Yes, we used to rent planes with the rotating bed.
Well,
Like in the Wolf
most
of
of
Wall
them anyway.
Street.
The irony is, when prisoners do
Ah,
finally
quick
get their
question.
finally
Is
get out, have
cocaine
no idea what
legal
to do with it.
Oh, what a shame!
You're different, though. You want to enjoy your job, but you don't want to let it define you.
Tell me more about this snatch.
You want to like the people you work with, but some distance is nice too. You're different, though. You want to
And I mean
enjoy
the
your
actual
job,
color.
but you don't want to let it define. The key is balance. You decide. You want to work and life, personal and professional. If you're careful, you'll make it out of here without any
And I mean
type
the
of
actual
You ever notice
The key is balance. You decide. You want to work
Yeah, total weirdo.
personal and professional.
Wait,
If you're
no!
careful, you'll make it out of here without any type of
You ever notice
The key is balance. You decide. You want to work
Yo, Dad, look at this
No.
meme. What's the meme? Oh, it's a joke. I don't get it. That's what it's a text with a picture, like a comment. It's a comment. That's what. Oh, all right. Let me. So I'm going to just read a joke. It's a text with a picture, like a comment. It's a comment. That's what. All right. Let me. So I'm going to just read. I don't know. Who's Daquan? It's an account on Instagram. They got robots making jokes now? It's a comment. That's what? No, there's a dude who posts memes on Instagram, and his account is called Daquan. But it's an account. I don't know if the person who runs the account robots making jokes now. Do you know him personally? You can ask him. No, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just read it. Just post memes on Instagram, and his account is called Daquan. But it's an account. I don't know if the person who runs the account making jokes now. Do you know him personally? You can ask him. No, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just read it. Just post memes on Instagram, and his account
account for the comics. I don't know if the person who wrote the account made jokes now. Do you know him personally?
Yeah, true.
No, it doesn't matter. Just read it. Just read memes on Instagram. His account for the comics. I don't know if the person who wrote the account made jokes now. Do you know him personally?
Yeah, true.
No, it doesn't matter. Just read it.
Whose child is this?
It's Cardi B. As a child. She's a rapper.
Hold up, they bringing back child rappers now?
No!
Whose child is this? No. I still don't get it. That just wasn't that funny.
As a child. It's because you read it too slow. You're supposed to read it fast in your head all at once, along with the picture. For any meme, the words relate to whatever is going on in the picture. There is no backstory. You don't need to know who the child is. You don't need to know who made it. All you need to know is that the child in the picture.
You can go by yourself.
It looks like down the
I'm
street.
not doing that. I don't want to pay for it. Not by myself.
It costs like $5.
If
I
I
would
was
like
like
11. It's not even a theater thing.
Yeah, it is. It's not matinees very much.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was going to be.
See, he's making mistakes. He does not want to see it. No, I don't, because I think it's gonna be bad.
Why don't you see it first?
Got him.
I saw the trailer. Got it. And the whole point of the trailer is that it's a taste of the movie. You drink a whole bottle of whiskey before you know whether it's good or bad.
Yes. Got him.
You don't need to drink it. Shut up.
But I would. If I paid like $15 for something,
But that's
I
what
want
I'm
to finish
saying.
that shit.
If you haven't paid $15 for it, would you take a sip if that was offered to see if you wanted to spend $15 on it?
Yeah.
That's what a trailer is. It's, hey, here's a free taste of this movie to determine if you want to spend your money to watch the whole thing.
But all alcohol tastes the same to me, so I would have to drink the whole bottle to see if it tastes different.
All shitty. All shitty.
Right. My throat is on fire. Is this what fire tastes like?
If all alcohol tastes the same to you, all shitty Sony comic book movies look the same to me.
No, I mean, the first two Spider movies did look decent. Moving on.
But only the third one was trash.
It's a shame because Venom was really cool. But I don't know.
Actually, you know what? I'd be really interested to go back and look at those and see if I like them as much as I did when I was younger.
You probably won't.
Probably not.
Because
the second one did have that really cool subway scene, though.
The only reason I say that is because, again, nostalgia factor. When you look at it with a nostalgia lens, you're like, oh wow, that was really cool. But then as you take those lenses off, you're like, well, the technology and the
story.
Not even the story, just like the effects. All. Well, the technology and the
story.
Not even the story, just like the effects. All. Well, the technology and the
story.
Not even the story, just like the effects. All. Well, the technology and the
story.
Not even the story, just like the effects. All.
I had no fun in that game. Not even
the other James Bond game for the 64. I think it came on the blue cartridge. I forgot which.
Yeah,
that one was way better than GoldenEye.
But anyway, religion.
No, we're off religion now. We're off religion now.
So I mean, I was fine talking about it. Because we can talk about the Supreme Court case. It's related to what you were talking about. Well, not really.
Not politics.
Well, I mean, it's a national election.
Look, before you continue, I just want to throw this quick thing out there. It slightly bothers me. I'm not saying this just to come for you because you mentioned it, but it slightly bothers me that people are afraid to talk about politics and religion on a regular basis because they think it's a taboo subject.
It's
not.
No, taboo is incest.
I don't know how to follow that. I'm just gonna continue my point.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's weird that people don't like discussing those things because I think if we discuss them as a whole, people would know more about it.
Yeah, well,
especially with politics.
I think a lot of people find it to be a touchy subject. Catholics.
See, because we're talking about religion.
Oh my god.
I'm on a roll today. But anyway, I think people find it to be a touchy subject because the church makes it such a taboo subject to say, like, if you think otherwise than this, then you're not one of us or you're wrong. So a lot of people who are in that following
don't want to admit that they're thinking different stuff.
Or they I don't want to say brainwashed, but they are akin to follow that belief.
But I think that brainwash thing does happen in politics. Like if you talk to the average person, just pull them off the street and like, what do you know about politics?
Who was the first president of the United States?
They'll probably parrot stuff they heard like on CNN or on Fox.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine, but
is it?
But
there's
a but.
He's got a but.
I know.
And so do you, but damn.
Which would be fine, but I will also say like, okay, you got something off of CNN. Did you look it up? Or
No.
like, did you?
It was on the TV box, so it must be
or
true.
like, do you have other like sources that can kind of help you formulate that argument more? To say like, yeah, I saw this on the news, and I know that such and such, I know for a fact such and such is doing this because I was following the story from this source here and this source like. There's a difference between saying like, oh, Fox News said this and it must be true versus.
But we know people don't do that. Like, what's the meme about how our parents used to tell us not to trust anything on the internet when it first came out, but now they'll just follow any article and believe it?
Well, that's not just them.
I mean, it's everybody,
But I mean, the internet is true. If it's on the internet, it must be true.
That's how it works, right?
Said Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Well, because I find that it's different than just saying I saw a report or something. I saw a report or something on CNN, right? Because generally they'll report the same story. Like if I watch CNN and Fox, they'll tell me there's a forest fire in California, right? The difference will be when the pundits and they give their opinions on it, and then the people watching will say, "Oh yeah, the forest fires are still working because Republicans in the state Senate for California have allocated funds away from the firefighters."
But the libertarians is all their fault because they need to fund such and such, and then people start to
or like
fight
when
to
the
that.
president tweets that California should have better forest
Oh, it's
control.
up Fred, aka Black. That's literally his nickname.
No,
Are you
that's
talking about
that's
things like that happen.
Yeah, so it's not so much the facts, because sometimes you're just going to be wrong. And being wrong is one thing, and if someone corrects you and you go, oh, okay, I was incorrect, that's fine. But if you're parroting opinions the whole time, instead of making your own, that's more of an issue than just being wrong.
Can I get a quick time off?
Okay.
I just want to say,
call the team.
Opinion is not automatically fact. And so many people screw that up now.
Is that you? You posted that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you posted that opinion does not equal fact.
Oh, yeah.
Like, your opinion can be factual, but it is not.
Or your opinion can be real if it's actually an opinionated question. Like, hey, did you like this soda? No, I don't like this soda for this reason. That's
like
fine.
turkey?
Yeah.
But you can't say like, oh, I think that Jesus wasn't real, so therefore he's fake.
Be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
I mean, yeah, he was on the corner store by Home Depot. I'm on a roll today. I just need to stop.
Just offending everybody. You're crushing it.
I'm very offended.
Like,
oh, hey, Jason.
Last time it was Steve, so I guess it was naturally my turn.
I mean,
but nah, that is something that does bother me.
We'll talk about Breath of the Wild next time.
Yo, so look, Skyward Sword objectively sucks. But I would like. Go ahead.
So one more thing on the millennial thing, the job market. I just find it so broken now. It's like the amount of stuff that you need a quote unquote college degree for doesn't match up all the time. Like I understand that they want you to be somewhat educated, but it's like, do I really need to have a college degree to be an office, like not even an office manager, but like an assistant, or a entry level worker where the amount of skills that I would need, you could probably teach to me in a day.
Or you already know it.
Well, it's not so much whether you need it or not. It's if they're looking for the most qualified person. Like, why would I hire someone who doesn't have a college degree when I could?
But yeah, and I understand that. But at the same time, just because you are, let's say you have an education, doesn't mean that you are smart.
I agree.
Or have common sense. I'm not even gonna say what I'm about to say, but
I'm talking to myself on the chat.
But 9 times out of 10, if you get hired for a job, what's the next few weeks gonna be? Training.
Of some sort.
Yeah, of some sort. So if I can prove that I am qualified as a person who went to college, but without the degree, like, why is that such a struggle for us to be able to get the job?
How would you prove it? Without actually having, like, be on the job.
Isn't that what your resume?
I mean, even if you went to college, that doesn't necessarily mean you even have the skills.
Yeah,
I agree. But
but like
the issue is
like what you said, like
the
resume, like your job training, like,
college,
and then when you go to the interview, you can also have a chance to prove yourself there.
But let's be honest, a college degree is literally just you paid for the physical proof that you might know these skills.
Yeah, so it's not so much that this degree means you're qualified. This degree means you're more likely to be qualified than someone without a degree.
And
which is true.
Here's the issue that I've seen in person.
Yeah, me too.
Where it's, okay, they say, okay, this person has a degree, they're more likely qualified. They hire that person is absolutely not qualified.
Yeah.
But then they hire the person that they pick over that person after they fire the other person, of course. They were way more qualified than that person, even without having a college degree.
You mean in terms of their work experience?
Work experience, work ethics, being able to understand. Because I think Jason and I were having this conversation the other day where it's like, where is laziness and the unwillingness to learn? Like, where do they intersect? And, like, at what point do you just say, like, no to that person?
Well, yeah, but how would you come to that? How would you arrive at those characteristics? How would you see those characteristics in an interview? Unless that person is really bad at interviews.
I mean, yeah, if they say it, there might be like some words that may be like, oh wait, they might be very lazy or something. But there's like no surefire way.
But like, let's say you're going for a IT job, like a help desk job, something very entry level where it's like you just hi, like how can I help you? Like what seems to be your problem?
Right.
So in an interview, if I don't have any, if I don't have the piece of paper to say like, hey, I have IT training, I can still use terminology that is IT.
Right.
Like like why do you want to come to the help desk, or like what's what experience do you have in help desk? And, I can say some things that give me experience. Like I worked at audio visual services, where I had to do programming for these sorts of systems, blah blah blah. Like I can say those things where they can know. But just because they're looking at my resume, it's like, oh, he doesn't have a college degree, but this person does, and they say the same trigger words that I do, they will sometimes hire that person over us.
Well, yeah, it just because the issue is like, it's hard to like talk about it in terms of.
I know where you're going, but I'm saying it's also just like for certain jobs. I'm not saying for all jobs. For certain jobs, it is kind of asinine to say you need a college degree when it's very entry level.
Yeah,
and you're going to train that person how to do the exact job anyway.
But I don't think anyone is saying
we probably brought up. I'm sorry, I was working on this the whole time. But what about professional level jobs, but they don't pay you professional level wages either? I know that.
You mean living wage?
Basically, because I was reading about financial. What was it? Financial.
And Brittany, I agree with you, by the way.
Which one?
She said you really don't need a degree for financial.
But financial intelligence, I think it was, where essentially for you to live comfortably, your bills need to be at least under half of what you make total. But I know that's not it used to be before when I worked 40 hours a week at that horrible place. That was never the case. It was just like I'm barely making it per week.
Yeah, I know like some professions like starting off like even with a degree in your license in social work, you're making almost the same amount as minimum wage.
Right.
Like it's just like maybe $2 or $3 more.
Right.
And it's like, can I really live off of that? Like
the answer is yes, but you won't live that way you want to.
No.
But if anything happens, you're SOL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're at a quote unquote living wage, but it's not. And then for what we do, or for what I say we, is social worker, but for what they actually do, it's like they are definitely not getting paid enough. And
sometimes
understand
it's
why.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like really like strenuous or hard,
like I think,
just like brain numbing.
I think
work.
one job that I looked up coming out of college for social work was paying $10.50 an hour.
There was a job.
And then there was another one that was like 20,000 a year, which is living wage, but where?
No, 20,000 is actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's on the guideline. 30,000 is probably.
Yeah, this is 12 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think it's changed much.
Yeah, it hasn't gone
11 years ago.
Yeah,
Because
it was like 22,000 a year for that job.
Because I know, like, 2 years ago, I was looking at a job for, an English degree where it was like tutoring inner city kids how to read in DC. And they're like, yeah, we can give you an $800 stipend to cover everything for the month.
I mean, one of the issues is inflation goes up and whatnot, and then they don't match the wage to the inflation. So it's just like, well, this was like, and I'm sure they don't think that, but they were just like, well, this was a livable wage like 20 years ago. Well, what about today?
Yeah.
Well, inflation is 4%, so that changes every year. Usually, it's not steep.
Nah, inflation.
It's literally
like,
not. That's literally what it is.
What was it?
4% every year, and usually your savings account will match that.
But what about your actual day-to-day wages, man?
Because even if
no, I'm just saying.
Even if your wage goes up, everything else is also going up too, so that it's not matching.
Yeah, that isn't true.
What he was.
That isn't true. Because it's not like the price of milk doesn't go up, doesn't change.
I mean, there are a lot of cows. Enough cows.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, the price of certain things won't change. Luxury goods are constantly going up because people have more money in general. So that's different.
Then what are luxury goods?
In general, non-necessities. So it's computer, cameras, smartphones, internet.
But once you buy that, you don't have to worry about it.
I would actually argue that the internet is a necessity now.
Yeah, it's not, but luxury goods, that's what he asked. So, more of a service anyway, but you get right. It's on TV, luxury good. You don't need TV.
What's that?
You don't need a TV. It's helpful.
I don't look at TV.
But like, there are a lot of things that we
Brittany
don't.
says that the price of milk definitely changes.
Yeah, it does. I didn't say it didn't change.
Did I
actually say quote it didn't change? Did I say it doesn't go up?
No, you said it didn't change.
I should have said it doesn't go up very much. That's what I should have said.
But I would argue.
Yeah, but in that case, it's weird because
No, I mean that's fine.
I would just argue that a phone and the internet are actually necessities.
I give you a phone, sure, but you don't need a $600 phone. That's the problem.
No, I agree with that, but I'm saying like.
I mean, that's kind of a flaw though, because like
you can get a shitty phone for $100.
Well, wait, because let's just say let's say you make $100,000 a year, you buy this $600 phone, and then shit happens, you lose all your money. Now you're poverty level, and people are always saying, "Oh, he got such a fancy phone," but they're poor. It's just like, well, were they always poor, or was it this time where they might have had some more money?
I know people who actually are poor who like.
I'm not saying everyone. I'm not saying everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of poor people.
Well, that's making a bad choice.
No, yeah, but we're saying that's saying there are a lot of poor people who make.
But there are also people like Jason has quoted where it's like
they have issues.
Few and far between.
I mean, I literally call people every day who have that problem. Like at least half.
Well, all right. Question for you guys: do y'all feel like not that y'all are poor, but that y'all are not like y'all are just making it, kind of in a way?
I would say that if it wasn't for the fact that I was married and had a dual income with my wife that makes much more than me, I would be not comfortable at all.
I thought she was about to like downplay being married. I was about to say, you hear that, Brittany? You hear that? But
no, like my wife with what she makes, like she'd be fine if she was by herself. Like she'd be pretty comfortable in an apartment. But like with what I make, like I could afford an apartment. I'd have to buy a new car. I probably couldn't afford that for a long time. But like I'd be able to afford basics. But it'd be like scraping by.
What about you, Steve?
Oh, no.
And that's before like insurance and junk is taken out of the check.
Yeah, so I don't even have insurance right now. So.
Don't get hit in the parking lot.
Hey man, both my legs are broken, but I'm not going to the doctor.
What about you, Jason? How do you feel as far as like where you stand on like monetary income, like comfortability?
I think I could probably I would be okay on my own, but hey, I wouldn't be getting fucking microphones and cameras. Unless I'm using that for income, then maybe.
Well, see, that's the issue. Since we're talking about millennials, the issue is, at least how other generations see it, is whose fault is that?
I mean, I'm also trying to make money other ways.
Oh, I didn't mean you. That was just everybody. So I didn't mean it like that.
So, fault of what?
Why is it that you're only scraping money?
Well, there's multiple things. It's not just the millennials.
That's what I'm saying. In terms of since we're generalizing about generations, the older generations will say, "Well, if I'm just scraping that, it's my fault." And I say older generations meaning like
okay.
But there.
So before we continue, I'm looking at an article from the Pew Research Center. This is from August of 2018.
You actually look up the price of milk?
No. This is from August 2018. So here's some interesting statistics.
Okay.
Part of the reason it's hard to find a job is because unemployment is the lowest it's been in a really long time.
That means it's stagnant.
It was 3.9% in July, right? So, fun fact, it's actually really hard for you to move up in a company or get a new job if unemployment is low.
Well, that's what I said before, where it's kind of hard because no one wants to give up a job.
But it's interesting because if you listen to the news, everyone wants low employment, but in a healthy economy, there actually should be some unemployment.
I mean, I kind of pointed it out, but no one listened to me. I'm like, that means the economy's stagnant. But
pretty much.
People are just like, oh, Trump is doing great, though.
Well, it doesn't mean the economy is stagnant.
No. See, here we go. Because it says it right here. So, right now, Americans' paychecks are bigger than they were 40 years ago, but their purchasing power has actually gotten smaller. So,
define purchasing power. See, because if it's how much you can purchase,
like basically like literally with $100, how much can you purchase? This goes all the way back to 1964.
Yeah, and that's the issue. In 1964, I could buy a phone for less than $100, right? What?
I mean, you could buy like 15,000 gas tanks.
But remember, back, I don't remember what year, but I think it was like at least 1960ish, where you could have 5 cents or it's probably before
like
that.
A quarter,
and you get gumballs or something like you get things.
So I can still get.
I feel like I remember.
You remember Skittles were like 50 cents?
You can still get.
No, I don't.
Where?
I don't disagree with you. I just don't remember.
Yes, you can.
It's 79.
No, I can get
Walgreens card.
I can get a 50.
I mean, I
don't know where you get Skittles from, friend.
I don't get Skittles.
But remember, rent was a lot less, and so was mortgage.
Yeah, like I remember my father telling me how when he went to school, like his yearly tuition was like
$1,000 or something.
Yeah, it might have been less than that because he was in state.
Right.
I was gonna say mine is.
And this was like actual university, not even like community college. I'm not saying you go to community college, but like when I went to UMBC, my tuition was at least like $6,000.
Oh, you know how much mine?
It was like almost double that, and he also lived on campus too. Right. So that was another like added was like 500. Mine was added 8,000.
Well, let me tell you what tuition was when I went to college. I went to Hampton University. What
back in his day,
right? So I graduated 2009, and when I started, it was about 20,000 to 24 or 25,000. I went back to Hampton earlier this year, and one of the dean of science said, "Yeah, tuition's like 40,000 per year." I was like, "Fuck, how?"
That sucks.
Yeah.
So
UMBC's increased as well too, because when I was going there, we was #1 up and coming for like 3 years. Now they're one of #1. They're actually one of #1 schools for undergrad in the state or in the U.S. actually.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Because I'm thinking colleges are increasing exponentially, not like. It's not even a study. It's like
let me just read this paragraph from the Pew Research Center. Right? Yep. After adjusting.
Now
for
he
inflation,
wants to use facts.
After adjusting for inflation, however, today's average hourly wage has just about the same purchasing power as it did in 1978, following a long slide in the 80s and early 90s, and bumpy, inconsistent growth since then. In fact, in real terms, average hourly earnings peaked more than 45 years ago. The $4.03 an hour rate recorded in January 1973 had the same purchasing power that $23.68 an hour would today.
Well, again, I don't know how to define purchasing
power.
So.
And here's another thing too. Remember what I was talking about when we grew up? We had a whole bunch of like technology boom, and like not even just technology, but it's like a big kind of small revolution in tech and ideas. I think that also factors into like what we need today. Like Gaston was saying, he feels like internet is a necessity.
It's not, but it's fine.
I say he feels.
That's fine. I'm disagreeing. I'm just actively disagreeing.
You're going to keep disagreeing when we're just saying this is how Gaston feels. That's not how he feels.
Or like
the fact that I feel that way, Steve. It's not
or like people saying like, you know, a cell phone is a necessity, or, you know, certain things are a necessity, but like if you go back to like 1974, cell phone didn't even exist, so that's taken off the table. Internet wasn't even a thing.
Whoa. Back in the day, when I wanted to use my cell phone, I had to go to my car.
But in 74 though?
Yeah.
I think that might have been 80 something.
Yeah, I thought
car phones.
For the record,
sell your phones.
For the record, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics defines purchasing power as the amount of goods or services that can be bought per unit of.
Oh, hey, man, how you doing?
I get it, but okay.
I mean, you asked.
Yeah, that's fine.
Giving you the facts.
But like a lot of stuff that they were buying back in the day, I feel like it was the quantity and the range of things were vastly different than what we see as necessities. And
there's a smaller scope.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so when you look at like purchasing power, like being the same, it's like, well, if we bought what they bought back in the day, nothing would work.
Just one.
or like we would really go back to like the dark ages kind of. In a sense.
Just one quick thing though. Shout out to number one super fan Isaac for copying our stream onto his page.
Oh, is he? Does he have more friends than us?
Probably.
Oh, I guess he does.
I'm just.
You know what? I actually might need him to fix my Joy-Con.
Oh, you know what? Same. I keep running.
Playing Monster Hunter way too hard.
Yeah, I keep running to the left.
And they never call me. Right. They never call me.
So yeah. Speaking of like video games.
Okay, all right. I'm transition.
Okay, yeah, we're making a transition.
It's only a transition if you don't point it out.
Right.
Not as much.
But speaking of video games, I was recently me and Jason were recently talking about like some of the older cartoons.
You dropped the ball.
I did.
Speaking of video games, how about cartoons?
It was a hard transition, but we were talking about some of the old cartoons we used to watch and like some of the theme songs that were great, or that we thought were great back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did have a conversation on the page.
Yeah, I did think about it. This one.
Yeah,
we brought it up because we was looking at like Spider-Man's overacting his terrible spider sense.
Oh yes.
I saw it. I didn't know if he was being serious enough.
I've got to get to
No, they were pretty bad.
I was saying,
there's like my spider sense is going off. He's standing right next to him with a gun.
That was like the worst. Like zoomed in on Spider-Man. It's like my spider sense is going off. Zoomed out. He was like,
what
are you doing here, Spider-Man?
I'm not sure if 90s Spider-Man is like worse than the original.
It is.
The 60s.
It is. Don't be unsure. It is.
No, because the 60s has a bunch of like weird continuity errors.
Well, are you talking about
the animation is bad?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the cartoon or like just the series, like
the actual cartoon?
Well, the thing about just real quick on Spider-Man, because I noticed it the other day. I was looking at the second episode with Scorpion, and basically every time Spider-Man was getting away, he was every time he did that flip, right? But they used the same animation. Secondly, Scorpion kept jumping, slicing off the web, and falling 2 or 3 times using the same animation. They flipped it once.
Oh, that happened in a lot of 90s cartoons, though.
I mean, well, you know what?
Repeat things.
Do you remember Deke? That what that really means is do it cheaply. I didn't think that up.
Explains the entirety of the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon.
That explains the entirety of like a lot of my cartoons.
I mean, you know, it's a Korean factory or not Korean animation studio, so they really use a lot of things.
Because then they point that out. I think they recently did an honest trailer on Batman the Animated Series where they pointed out like one of the starring things is smoke bombs.
Oh yeah,
it's in almost every episode. Yeah.
And then he pointed out like in the beginning of the thing, it was like these two guys is walking past the bank and it blows up. I just gonna assume that they did it. This probably have a problem with mass mission.
I do like how they made everything on black paper too.
That was great.
Yeah, that was actually cool. I didn't know that.
So speaking of which, that theme song though.
Which one?
Batman Animated Series. That is a very iconic theme song. Everybody knows it, and it's been used in a lot of Batman films.
I would argue that it's not as good as the 90s Spider-Man theme song.
Which one?
It is.
Nah, that's the original. That's the 60s.
No, the one with the guitar solo in there.
I know. But no, if you gonna talk about that, 90s X-Men.
That's fine.
90s X-Men theme song, i.e. the best thing X-Men's done in the last 25 years.
I just gotta interrupt you real quick.
Interruption.
Real quick. The memory card. Did you was it clear because it stopped?
This thing, the only thing I had on it was the last episode.
So
well, that might be. Okay.
So we had some technical difficulties.
Well, I'm recording, so it's fine.
Streaming, so it's fine.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Just Nito Gasson forgot to take the last episode off his memory card.
But anyway, like X-Men had like an amazing theme song for back in the day. Spider-Man had a pretty good one.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It was awesome.
It was okay.
Oh,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you want to talk about that one, the Mega Man one was great then too.
No.
It's the same. It's the same concept. Just repeat the same thing.
See, you said concept, but execution is different. That's like saying this notebook is the same as his notebook. This is clearly inferior to his notebook.
I don't know. Yours is bigger.
We're gonna
ladies. that was easy.
But
that was the
only one here.
But like, all right, so
no,
I'm just kidding. But like, think about like some of the old cartoons to watch. Like Animaniacs used to be one of my favorite things.
Oh, Animaniacs had great songs. Period.
Yeah.
Like when they did all the countries.
The countries and the states.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiny Toon Adventures had good music.
But the opening though.
For Tiny Toon Adventures.
Yeah. Do you remember it?
Nope.
Exactly.
We're tiny, we're toony,
There
we're
we
a
go.
little.
Yeah,
Now I remember that part. And that's it. Freakazoid. I remember the Freakazoid.
Oh yeah,
song.
Freakazoid was on point.
Yeah, it was.
I also remember Pinky and
I remember
Brain.
the song for Freakazoid.
Well, Pinky and the Brain, I put them on the Animaniacs just because
It's the same Pinky and the Brain thing, so I guess that was on spin-off, right?
Well, Freakazoid was tied into it.
No, it's just about the same guy, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, no, they tied them in.
They had an episode about it.
Yeah, that's
Freakazoid showed up with a.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
the
it came.
thing.
I wasn't
Yeah.
saying it came from. I said it was tied in.
Yeah, because I was talking about spin-offs.
Jason, you know, the Animaniacs have any other spin-offs besides Pinky and the Brain?
Oh, I think there was one more, but I can't think of it.
Because I know Pinky and the Brain had two different sort of.
Yes, into the internet.
Yeah, seriously, right there.
You're the researcher.
Because it was the Pinky Elmira.
Not doing his job.
Terrible. You should never watch it.
But like another cartoon that was an adult cartoon that I really loved.
Gargoyles?
Shut up.
SWAT Cats?
I said adult
Yeah, you did say adult.
SWAT Cats was great.
And I'm about to blast this man.
But C-Lab.
Okay.
Wait. Original of 221.
Yeah, it did.
Both.
According to the internet, the spin-offs for Animaniacs were Pinky and the Brain, Pinky Elmira and the Brain, the Hysteria, and Freakazoid.
But Hysteria doesn't have any of the same characters.
I'm just telling you what the internet says are the
And
spin-offs
neither
of
does Freakazoid.
Animaniacs.
They're just made by the same guy.
I'm
Internet,
just telling you what the spin-offs are.
Is this Google with this fraudulent?
It is
this is
Google.
fraudulent.
But yeah, C-Lab was one of my.
Time out. Who the fuck on IMDb rated Animaniacs only a 7.9 out of 10?
That's still passing.
Yeah,
So,
Baby boomer.
Nah, it needs to be a 9.
In some schools, that's a B minus.
But you remember Bobby's World?
We
You
don't
know
talk
what's funny?
about
I don't remember any. I don't remember ever watching that show.
I remember his mom's voice.
I remember a Wendy's.
Don't you
tour
know?
That was just him on a big wheel. That's the only thing I remember about Bobby Brown.
I remember his
watching the
mom's
show.
Canadian voice.
Very Canadian.
Or Minnesota or whatever.
You don't remember it? I wish I didn't remember it.
So for people in the chat, what theme songs do y'all remember? 'Cause
Did anyone bring up the page by chance?
I have it.
Where are the other ones that were said?
I said the Arthur theme song. 'Cause that
every
song
day
is-
when you're walking
Yeah.
down the street, and everybody that you meet has an original point of view.
Well, that's not actually true. But
One
I
of the
like
Horn
And I
Brothers.
said, hey,
What a wonderful time of day.
Yes. Alright. Yeah, whatever.
and we lost all the memories.
That's fine.
Well, that and Wishbone.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
the story? Wishbone. I remember that.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show a lot.
I remember the dog being a lot cuter than it actually was.
Yeah.
Really ugly. You mean the 7 dogs they had?
I remember the dogs being a lot cuter than they were.
Same.
Oh, fuck.
And also,
Oh,
when you think about it,
YouTube.
it's down.
No, go to you. Oh, guys, it's on it.
Yep.
I'm on
Alright,
it.
got it.
What happened?
Oh, there's a conversation going on with,
No, it's literally Isaac just saying words.
yeah.
Oh. So, If you're the one on YouTube, you're supposed to be the one putting this out.
I was asked.
Real Monsters. Angry Beavers, the Tick.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, the Tick.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Did Yu-Gi-Oh! Have a good theme song, Isaac, or did it just have that really good opening, like, it's time to...
You're saying the Tick, Yu-Gi-Oh! Goosebumps, Our Real Monsters, Angry Beavers.
Well, if you're going to bring up Goosebumps, you got to bring up Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Well, it didn't have a good theme song, though.
No, it didn't. I'm sorry. Legends of the Hidden Temple had one.
But these are not cartoons, though.
It's true. He said Goosebumps. It's on him.
Oh, as far as cartoons, I really like Johnny Quest's theme song.
Oh, yeah. Both of them are actually
the Jedi song.
What about Captain Planet, though?
He's a hero.
We used to jam the Captain
He took pollution down to 0.
What about Captain Planet?
Earth!
Fire!
Fire! Wind! Water!
And
the most powerful of the elements.
Yeah, I was gonna say, arguably, it might be the best one if he could mind control people, which we're not sure if he can actually do.
I mean, his monkey did more work than him.
I mean, I'm not saying that. Not Haji was like.
What? Haji's a different cartoon.
I said not Haji because he's not Indian.
That's gonna be really awkward when they.
I think it was Spanish.
Yeah.
I think he's Indian.
Well, regardless, he's not good.
He's not from the U.S. Probably.
Yeah,
okay. Isaac did win because he is correct about the Magic School Bus theme song.
No,
that song.
As the best.
Not the best, but that song is really good.
As a good song, yeah.
Oh yeah, as a good song. I mean, you say he
wins, right? I was like,
he only wins if he brings up the
what
best
I'm
song.
saying is he won his points back from saying Yu-Gi-Oh!
See, you didn't say that.
And Angry Beavers.
But no, he's wrong because Digimon had a better theme song and Code Lyoko had a better theme song.
I will give you.
And wait. You gotta let me finish. Monster Rancher.
No.
There are at least 4 Pokemon songs that are better than Pokemon.
But yeah, Pokemon though.
No, incorrect. No. Ooh, that hurt.
I can't get the live screen on my
I mean, it's probably better that way. That hurt me, but the Incredible Hulk.
Oh man,
nobody
liked
the Incredible Hulk had a good ending theme.
Nobody liked the American dub of One Piece. Nobody liked that rap.
We don't talk about that.
Funimation raps or the 4Kids raps.
Oh, there we go.
Oh man.
Yo.
Nobody liked Sonic X. Nobody liked that theme song.
You know, it's funny. I always forget that was not an American cartoon because it's so bad.
But I like the fact that he talks in English.
Sonic Boom theme song is not actually that bad.
Listen.
Wait, the Sonic Boom theme song is in that like intro video song?
It's super plain, bro.
Yeah, I said it's not that bad.
It's pretty rough.
I like the animation with it more than the song.
I'm saying the worst a song can be is generic, and that is everything that song is. The song is.
What was another good theme song? I remember I had this debate on my I had this debate on my page between Pink Panther and Linus and Lucy from Charlie Brown.
I think it was Pink Panther. I find
better
Pink
song.
It's still up in the air because the only reason I'm still debating is because Charlie Brown's Linus and Lucy did it with a trio, whereas Henry Mancini did it with the actual
That doesn't mean it's better.
No, but out of technicality though, like the sounds that they produce in Linus and Lucy, like with 3 people,
it doesn't mean it's better.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it's why I'm considering.
I'll give them credit and I'll be like, hey, good job, guys.
We're talking about intro songs that have bands, and wouldn't Hank from Cowboy Bebop be the best, or does that not count? Is that disqualified?
That's super anime. What are you talking about?
I mean,
it's also from the
Japanese define anime as anything that's animated. So
yeah, but we're not in Japan.
But if
we're in America.
So if American standards, we go by Japan standards, which means that it's totally valid.
No, America we go by American standards. That's all you see. This guy, it's literally called. Anywho.
Also, random side note: American shit ton versus UK shit ton. It's actually different.
What about an asshole?
Well, because shit ton isn't like.
No, like a ton and a ton.
Like, stop it.
No, I mean,
stop and then a T-O-N.
Stop it.
Yeah,
stop.
They're actually 2 different things.
Yeah, okay.
So if you can actually find the weight of a shit ton. You really can.
I prefer to measure things by biblical terms. Let's talk about cubits
and fathoms. Well, fathoms are still exist.
So anyway, theme songs.
I'm trying to think of other ones. I actually really did like Dark Lotus theme song.
Are we gonna go back to the 70s with even though I don't like a lot of them, like the Flintstones and Jetsons?
Oh, I hate the Flintstones.
You can go back to the 90s.
The Flintstones was definitely iconic.
The only reason it was iconic is because it said gay at the end, and we didn't know that meant happy.
That's
Well,
No,
neither
I
did
mean,
they.
it says gay. You ask your parents one time, they go, "Oh, it can mean happy or fun." And you go, "Oh, okay."
But you still dingle.
And then you.
I mean,
like,
I
and then
didn't
you
really
grow
care
up and
that
you go,
much.
"That's not
Yeah,
fun."
I actually like the theme song for what it was. The Simpsons theme song is definitely iconic, and probably I think it's considered one of the best theme songs.
I mean,
I'm
they
not
haven't.
saying I'm not saying that's accurate, but it's one.
They haven't changed it. South Park.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Since we're on that subject.
South
That
Park
one
is-
does change.
Yeah, that
like a
one,
lot.
they changed.
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah,
No,
that
I'm just
one-
saying.
Oh, you were just talking about the song. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I got
The melodies are the same. They just change the instrumentation.
Can we just
I
take
like
a
the
minute
credits.
to say that South Park has been out longer than Eminem's career?
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, I'm not saying it's true, but I'm like, okay.
That's like really weird.
Actually, you
That's
know, I
been
was
on
talking to my
my
friend the other day, and I get the. What was the VHS made? Because I asked, he's like born in '82. I was like, wait, are you older than the VHS? Did that come out?
Like, you mean specifically a VHS and not a
Yeah.
the
76.
concept of cassette.
17 Okay, so
1976 was the first VHS machine.
Machine?
Yes. Machine.
Crazy.
I know, but I was just thinking about like there are some things that I'm older than, but you guys might actually be younger than.
Yo, Betty White is still older than Sliced Bread. And she's older than the Queen of England.
Like, it's supposed to be a joke, but it's not.
She's also older than the Queen of England.
Yo, what is it? It's weird
She
thinking
looks
about that.
young.
Was crazy.
I know. I thought the Queen of England was like ancient, and then somebody was like, Betty White's older than her. I'm like, what?
I am surprised every time I see the Queen of England move, and they're like, "Nah, she wasn't born. Like, she looks like she was born in 1902."
She might be like the Republic of
She might
You
be.
just can't see the strings.
Somebody gotta go like this
Yeah,
over her.
right.
See, stop talking about her.
But yeah, that's weird to think. I think The Simpsons is like 2 years older than us.
But I'm older than
I was gonna
Simpsons.
say he's older than
Well, you're older than The Simpsons, but didn't it first come out in like '87?
I'm still
As
older
a
than
TV
Simpsons.
show.
No, you are, but we're not.
Yeah.
But no,
as a
I
TV
was
series.
about to say as a concept or a TV series, because the concept came out, I think '85.
It was a short.
It was a short.
Some
Yeah.
show that I didn't watch.
Just like Hey Arnold started as a short on what, Sesame Street?
Did it?
Yeah, because I think there was like
To the internet.
There was like a claymation thing where Hey Arnold was on Sesame Street before it became a show.
Oh, speaking of which, Courage the Cowardly Dog. It didn't really have a theme song, but the opening was great.
Yeah, it was just pretty good.
I missed that show.
And they changed occasionally. Just
Oh, speaking of which, Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory.
I would argue that Dexter's Laboratory has a better theme song than the Powerpuff Girls.
Well, the Powerpuff Girls is used to outbreak.
It's amen, very by the way. It is. You say amen sometimes, and amen other times. It's just amen.
Well, I'd say almond because it's almond brothers.
Oh, you know what? No, it was created in 1994, and it was a short on Pee-wee's Playhouse. Hey Arnold.
The song is. I'm saying.
Continue.
The
No,
song,
that's
the
why-
song is called Amen Brother. That's why. It's
But
based
there's,
on a gospel song.
but there's
Ooh.
another band called the Almond Brothers that spelled it the same way. That's why I switched them up.
Can I just point out real quick? It's not a cartoon, but the Cheers theme song. Have you heard the full version
Yes,
of that?
it is depressing as hell. Went home, my daughter skinned the cat.
Right. When you want to be a woman?
Yeah,
or something?
my wife wants my wife left me because I want to be a woman.
The,
Oh, no,
when the
you don't wanna be a
electricity,
girl.
the electricity gets turned off, but the check is in the mail.
I'm about to look up the lyrics.
Yo, let's not. We're having a good time.
This is a good time.
Nah, this about to be depressing, yo.
Nah, it's not.
We're about to learn
Because it's
about
a
how
fictional theme song.
some creator of the show was ready to end it off.
I mean, people
So-
do suicide every day, bro.
So hold up, let's see what these lyrics say.
I mean, Hey Arnold was a good theme song. It had pretty
It was
simple
okay.
lyrics.
No, it's pretty good. It was actually like a song.
I
Yeah, it's got like 5 words.
mean, it's just how you
Pretty
yelling
sure
at
she
him.
just says
Well,
Hey
no,
Arnold the
because
whole
there's a
time.
guy.
I'm mad it took them like a decade or so to finish the
That
series.
And it's
story.
annoying because if you watch the movie, like the voices are all over the place. It's really,
Also,
it's
I
really
just want to point
frustrating.
out that he has 9 hours and 26 seconds before he dies.
Who?
Hey Arnold. Y'all remember that episode where she just kept yelling at him? 4 hours and 57 seconds until you die. Alright, so here are the lyrics to Cheers. Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure will help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, everybody.
Can we
knows that
skip the after the chorus one time?
I'm
Can we-
getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
So where is it? All those nights where you got no lights. The check is in the mail.
How'd you know?
And your little angels hung the cat up by its tail. And your third fiance didn't show.
Your who?
Third fiance.
That's not as bad as I thought it was.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, blah blah blah. Roll out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead, the morning's looking bright, and you shrink ran off to Europe and didn't even write, and your husband wants to be a girl. Be glad there's one place in the world where everybody knows your name, blah 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 blah. Now, that was
That's
it.
the chorus, yeah.
So pretty much, yeah.
Hang on, you see what happens when you gas stuff up? You're like, oh, it's so bad. And you listen to it like.
I mean, but when you think about it, you come home, the lights are off, and then your daughter has killed the cat.
No, that's it.
Strung the cat by the tail.
The worst part is the lights are off, but you sent out your money. Like,
maybe it's a Saturday.
It's in the mail.
Maybe it's a Saturday.
That's how old that song is. you had to pay stuff by mail.
Yeah,
I'm really.
I mean, that was like clear into the 90s and probably 2000.
It really boggles my mind when I call people at my job and they're like, "I'm gonna mail you a baby." Why? For what?
Like, let me stop you there.
No,
There's
so
an easier way.
Yeah. So that they can ultimately.
Just here's my PayPal.
That way they can say, I mailed it. It's in the mail. I don't know why you didn't get it yet. I mailed it. I put a stamp on and everything.
So
can't say
randomly. Is the mail service like the most archaic thing around that just?
No, FedEx.
No.
FedEx is.
Things get lost all the time.
No, we still use paper.
Literally,
for signing.
But like, kinda.
I'm not with you. No services necessary. I'm good. I'm cool. Shout out to USPS.
I mean, you can go get it.
Yeah, that's why it's not arcade. It's like this. Come on, man.
I mean, you can take a
get with it.
You can take a horse and buggy ride.
Are there any more like iconic songs like that you can think of, like Cheers?
I mean, besides the Dragon Ball Z American Dub End
Hold
song.
on,
Rockin' the Dragon.
No, even
he's talking about the opening. He's talking about the opening of Gen 1 GT.
No, that wasn't GT. No, I'm talking about Dragon.
Yeah, Rock the Dragon.
Yeah, I was making the joke about Dragon.
When that came on TV, I got hype. Like, I got hype. And then I heard the Japanese version. I was like, what is this?
The Hey Shala?
Yeah. Hey Shala.
My thing is, just going to Dragon Ball real quick. One of the things I just miss about that show, sending you to the next dimension.
Oh, God. That's Otherworld.
They did all the
Vegeta sent like the entire Ginyu Force to another dimension.
Yeah, no. In the new Kai version, they changed the Otherworld.
Oh, they changed the Otherworld?
Yeah. Because I was just watching
it's
the other
canonical, I guess.
Slightly better.
I mean, because there is Otherworld. It's actual place.
They should just say Hiffle.
I mean, can we voice acting real quick? Can we just talk about that for 1 second?
I mean, Mega Man. The old school Mega Man has the best voice acting.
I mean, he sounds just like Goku. But how do you guys feel about the in the Ruby Ocean? How do you feel about the voice acting in that? Oh, and we got to bring up the one I posted you in yesterday, Spider-Man. Venom.
Alright, so I get alright. So it was when
Shocker and
Spider-Man had the Venom suit on, and he was chasing Shocker because I think it was when he one of the first times he was wearing the Venom suit,
right.
So he wasn't aware of that the suit was causing him to get this rage, so he was being super over dramatic. I'm gonna get you, Shocker! You can't run away from me, Shocker! I'm gonna kill you, Shocker!
I will follow you to the ends of the earth!
So
he was J. Jonah Jameson for something?
No, he was worse than J. Jonah.
Way worse. Oh god.
But see, I understood the direction where it was going for, but it was just so out of context. Because if we as the viewer knew that it was a Venom suit, we were like, oh, I get it. Because when I watched it, I was like, yeah, it's a Venom suit causing him to do this, but when you are just watching it for the first time, you're like, what is going on here? Why is he?
And then you go, the Venom suit.
Can we just?
We didn't know it was a Venom suit.
No, I mean, because if you keep watching, you go, that was really weird, and then
I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Just you gotta listen to this. I mean, keep talking.
But another thing we was talking about was the original X-Men cast and why they were so over dramatic, especially Professor X and his screen. In that particular series, especially at the beginning, they went to the local playhouse, or what do you call it?
Theater.
Yeah, they went to the local theater and asked, these people if they would help them.
Back when they were.
Yeah, they would help them with being voice actors, and so you get a lot of these voice actors that are Shakespeareanly trained, and that's the results you get, especially Professor X.
Mhm.
So Jason's about to play the clip.
Yeah, so check this out.
That's fine. That was
Should we play some of the screams too?
Oh my god.
Oh, the screams are awesome. Xavier. Yeah. Oh, also that no clip from Star Trek when he shattered the. We were playing that the other day.
So you don't have access to these things. This is a producer.
Well, you weren't there.
So I'm looking on.
No, I forgot how Weasley Professor X sounded.
They're all Pittsburgh actors, so that's what you get. So I'm actually up on the page now, and I'm looking at some of the things that people have suggested. So we forgot Beetlejuice. That was suggested by Sammy.
Oh yeah, that was a great thing.
Yeah. Kevin had Animaniacs. Isaac had The Mask as well.
That was cool.
Did you actually watch that show? I guess so.
Yeah,
I did.
Sonic Saturday AM theme.
Sat AM.
Yeah,
no.
Sat AM.
No.
Oh, that was a great theme too.
It was.
The Karate Kid.
I don't remember that.
You said that.
But he didn't say that today though.
People sleep on that.
The Spider-Man opening was up there as well.
There's a couple I didn't say.
You said YouTube.
Well, it's a mobile one, so that's
I know, I was messing with you.
That's the artist song.
Brandon Hall said The Shaman King.
I do
and
remember.
then Squid posted Johnny Quest theme, The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest.
I don't like that one as much as the
How do you guys feel about when they took like The Mask and like some of these movies and made them into cartoons like Beetlejuice and?
I didn't think that.
Well, yeah, I was about to say the problem, especially with The Mask for me, was that it wasn't Jim Carrey. He kind of was The Mask.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Aladdin because it was not Jim Cummings. It was
a guy doing the
animation.
Oh, Dan Costello, right?
I think so. Yeah.
He was the voice of Genie.
Show, it's really bad.
Yeah.
Like there are scenes where characters just go cross-eyed and freeze.
Yeah.
For like minutes at a time.
You mean like modern animation?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Or like deep.
It's not that bad.
Oh,
do it cheaply.
Another good theme song that I really liked was the Danny Phantom theme song.
Yeah. But that was like 2000, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm just pointing out it's like later than the 90s.
My Life as a Teenage Robot was pretty cool too.
Don't remember.
The internet's ruined that show for me.
Oh God.
All the pornography.
The internet's ruined that show for me.
Rule 34.
So all right, question.
35.
Wait, but forget it. I'm not.
You don't want. Yeah, you don't want to know.
Don't.
Can we talk about the cringeworthy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Oprah? Did we see that?
So what I was about to ask you is, which Pokemon theme song was better to you?
Orange Islands.
The original one?
I like the original.
Or
Orange Islands. That was the best.
I like the original.
Number one.
I'm not gonna say it. Like, yeah, as far as music, the second one is better.
But as far as like the iconic, is like, I'm kind of sad that no one knows. Like a lot of people don't know the whole verse.
Just about to say the exact thing. It's like, yeah.
Because it's frustrating. It's like you play the whole song and people just like give up after.
You know what's really frustrating though? We're at that concert and they didn't play Cynthia's theme.
First of all, fuck that concert.
No, I'm mad at that concert because no one knew any of the other Pokemon besides Pikachu.
Wait, there are other Pokemon?
Not the
at the beginning before the show started.
No, I'm talking about the Pokerap.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Like,
and I was mad that when the Pokemon showed up, like I think a War Turtle showed up, I heard some kid yell Ivysaur. Yeah.
So, all right,
we're gonna fight.
I'm just gonna put this out here. I gotta give props to Kira and I think Greg as well. They know the entire Pokerap by heart.
I mean, they probably
now when you say when you say entire Pokerap, in order, do you mean original 151 or do you mean all 800?
Well, that's the
whatever
the
fuck?
Yeah, like they did on Dorkly?
They've never done a Pokerap. That's a fake non-canon Pokerap.
I know.
But yeah,
hashtag not my Pokerap.
Like she can do the entire thing
hashtag
by heart without even the music. She can do everything in order. Like it's amazing.
I mean, I think I was like,
she's also very nerdy for that too. So
I like to imagine that Kira memorized it at 100 beats a minute. So she could properly.
I mean, the thing is, I think about time that came out, I was like,
you were in high school, weren't you?
No, I was 12 or 13ish. So I wasn't like, I don't want to say I was too old for Pokemon, but like I was the only person actually looking at that.
I had all them gold Pokemon cards from Burger King.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I had one or two of them.
I was all the way in
there.
I was in that.
You want to talk about that Gen 1 Pokemon, Gen 2 Pokemon, and Gen 1 Togepi?
Wait, try again. What? Wait.
Togepi was a Gen 2 Pokemon in Gen 1.
Yes. Well, not
so
really.
was Meryl. Remember like Peekaboo? And it turned out to be a shitty ass Meryl.
Yeah, it's because they released the Pokemon cards.
But it has rollout.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, they released the Pokemon cards.
Fuck with me's no things.
Look.
Hang on, no.
Look,
This for
it's
Whoopi.
real,
Stop.
it's so
Stop.
not hard
Stop.
to beat
Stop. Whoopi Goldberg had said one of the most truest. Yeah. That's one called Whoopi this time. She said the most accurate things about Pokemon I've ever read, except that normal types are the best. She said that right before you get to that Miltank, you can trade a Drowsy for a Chop. I was like, correct.
That's all you gotta do.
Also, if you don't pick Cyndaquil as your starter Pokemon, the other two don't without rollout. It's almost like.
But one of the issues is
the second worst starter in the game.
Yeah,
that's basically saying pick Totodile because Chikorita sucks.
I mean, Totodile is cool, but I mean, fire type.
It's bad.
No, I was go grass type.
I'm a ghost type for life.
Grass type. This is gonna be the poll.
No,
this is about to be a poll. This is about to be a poll.
Because I'm gonna vote.
We're about to poll this shit.
Is the poll was Whitney's Miltank card, or are we talking about types of Pokemon in general?
What is the type you go with when you start a Pokemon journey?
Real quick.
Real quick.
Well, you gotta specify what's generation.
Because I'm gonna say right now in second gen,
it doesn't matter. I always pick grass.
It matters because Chikorita is the worst starter, stat wise and game wise.
I mean,
I thought they were always the same.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. The stats change.
Steve, first of all, I need you to sit down.
Steve, breathe.
Look, here's time out. No, time out. This needs to be said. I would just like to note that so far today, we've talked about politics, jobs, millennials, religion. We briefly mentioned Stanley's death and Chikorita.
Well, you mentioned that pretty.
Well, yeah, because that's the only thing I'm hearing about. Because here's the thing. Because I talk about this.
Are we just going to put all the starters up there?
Whatever. No, right now.
Just say Gen 1 starter and then Gen 2 starter,
Yeah.
and then split them out into two.
Specifically, I'll say this about Chikorita.
I mean, we might as well do it for.
I mean, yeah,
one for each day.
I mean, you can literally do all of them. The 7 gens worth of them.
Yeah, specifically.
Are we going to do one for each day?
Yes.
I just want to give my.
Are you doing it? Are you doing it?
Yeah, I can set it up.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
look.
Get your stick out.
Game wise, Chikorita has the worst stats, attack and defense.
Yes.
Well, no, it's special defense pretty good.
Just make sure they can only pick one.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I'm listening.
He needs to listen. This is for him. Chikorita sucks. Anyway, look, when you pick it.
Barrier.
Yeah, and catch this Ice Beam, bro. It doesn't even matter. Like, it's not good. Its HP isn't high enough to keep in touch with its decent defense.
But it's not a shit ninja.
It's terrible. Huh?
It's not a shit ninja or whatever.
Well, that's true, but it has Wonder Guard. That's
Whoa, are you coming after Greninja?
No.
Oh.
No, it's the one with 1 HP.
It has Wonder Guard, the second best ability in the game. Anyway, what I was saying was, the first two gym leaders are Flying and 12. And the only moves you get on Chikorita up until level are Tackle and I think Vanya.
Can I point out in Generation 1 we had a Charmander who went against Brock,
then
Misty.
It's almost like Venusaur is the best starter in that game, unfortunately.
It's not.
It is.
It is. Just for the actual gym-wise, yeah.
Stat-wise and type-wise.
I unfortunately had to agree with Steve.
Yeah, I hate
I was
Venusaur.
the Charmander.
I always pick Squirtle.
Yeah. I mean, in the remake, he can get Iron Claw.
They gave him Metal Claw.
Yeah, Metal Claw.
14 or something.
Which makes it easier.
I just want you to know that Steve fist bumped me and now I have to watch my head.
That's fine. I don't care. I get the Ghost Gym vote. That's fine.
But it doesn't matter because Generation 4 is the best generation.
In terms of what?
Everything.
Because it's my favorite.
In terms of starter Pokemon or the game?
The game. I think a lot of things.
Because I like Gen 3 the most.
Gen 4 is what? Platinum?
Yeah.
Silver?
Yes,
Platinum.
Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum.
Yeah.
Infernape, Torterra.
Yeah.
Alright, so
we can do this.
So
I'm up for talking about Pokemon. You have no idea.
So we're starting this now.
I would disagree only because I personally am fond of Gold and Silver, Platinum. Those are one of my favorite games. Like,
I think they're very good games.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that Diamond,
Platinum.
yeah, they weren't. I'm not gonna say they were like bad or anything, but I just had more fun playing Gold and Silver, and I like the Pokemon in that game. Like they hold a special place in my heart for me. So
You know what does not hold a special place in my heart? Generation 6, because they had a fucking trash bag. 5. It was 5. Okay.
No, okay. Anyway, look, as far as like actual like game is concerned, Gen 5 is probably the best. Like in terms of playing the game, it's got a better story. The mechanics in that game are better.
Isn't that when they start Team Battle?
No, that was Gen 3.
Gen 3 is my favorite. Yeah.
Or not Team Battle. Forward.
That was Gen 5.
Is that what you're arguing?
No. I said Gen 6 was. Sorry, Gen 6 is 4 battles.
By the way, guys, you know you can set it so that it just comes out day after day instead of all at once.
No, I wanted to put the first 2 up. And yes, I did.
Cyndaquil.
Yeah.
Also,
Anyway.
the theme song in Pokemon games has been great since like day one.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because I think the last like bit of the song is probably the best part, but you never hear it because you just press start.
I always like to play. I like the open animation.
Oh yeah, that's true. Although it's like because in Gen 1, between the games, it's like just some Pokemon in Red and Blue. It's a Nidorino and a Jigglypuff are fighting a Gengar. They both use a normal type move on it, like it's gonna work.
Wait, what's up, Brandon?
Didn't Ash do that in the show?
He forgot that fighting moves don't work on Ghost Pokemon.
The-
That is Charizard
the issue
and
with-
Super Tossing and Dusclops.
I was about
Like
to
an
point out
idiot.
that.
Like an idiot.
Wait, but
I mean,
let's
but
point
are
out
we
how
gonna
long
talk
he's
about
been
how
on this
Ash is not
journey.
the smartest person ever.
He's a trash train. He also lost the battle because Charizard fell asleep. Those aren't the rules that I'm aware of, but it's whatever.
So I just want to say that like,
Wait, can we talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh rules then and how they don't correspond?
There are no rules.
Monster Reborn. Bad.
Yeah, there are no rules. Yeah. Field power bonuses. You can normal summon a level 5 fusion monster.
I mean, I know why, but
Wow,
manga
remember
stuff.
when no
But,
one knew
what were you saying, Ryan? Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, can we just talk about how Ash has the worst losing record, even over the Chicago Cubs?
Whoa, he got top 8 in the Indigo League, don't you
And
know?
then he
No, you know who really got the worst losing streak? Fucking Torterra. Never won shit.
In the anime?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just kind of like.
But Turtwig and Grottle did, so it doesn't really matter.
Like, once it evolved out of that,
I'm still mad about Greninja.
Turtwig didn't win shit.
Greninja should have won that battle.
It rock climbed the thing one time. I can't
Probably.
remember.
I don't think they want Ash to become a champion at all.
Oh no, because if he does, then why are they going to keep going?
Oh, because then what is it? The trainer from Gold and Silver.
Red.
No,
Yeah.
Gold. His name's Ethan. Canonically.
Yeah, Ethan can come challenge Ash at Mount whatever.
Oh, that's only if we're actually gonna go with the thing that Ash is red. I hope not. Oh my god.
No, Red is actually competent.
Yeah, I was like, no, Red is actually somebody
Red
different.
knows how to play.
Yeah, Red is actually somebody different. So, also going back to the shows and cartoons that have good openings, Ruby had good openings for their show.
That's like a produced song, isn't it?
Isn't every show a produced song?
No, it's not. You're right.
No, I don't.
That's like we hired this band and specifically made.
You might have to get your girlfriend.
That's what.
What she do?
She said Squirrel's the best Gen 1 and Cyndaquil is the best Gen 1.
Okay,
good, Kira. Squirtle is the best Gen
By
1.
what metric?
Thank you.
Is sorry. By what metric is Cyndaquil the best?
Also, Brandon said Red is God.
First of all, Brandon.
He is better than Ash though. So
Blue did it faster. That's what
I mean, Gary did it faster too. So Gary
You got 10 matches.
Gary is technically blue, and Ash is technically red.
Stop it. No. There's a reason that his name is Gary Oak and not Blue Oak.
Oh, we got 6 people watching, but there are 4 here, so at least 2 people watching.
Oh, I'm not on Facebook.
I don't know who's watching. I'm just.
Well, people watching, regardless. I'm gonna need Kira to explain in what way Cyndaquil is better than the others, aside that it's cute.
I think that's why.
That's the only reason why.
That's the only reason I don't care.
You know why she picked Squirtle? Because it's a fucking turtle.
Right.
I mean, look, Blastoise is my favorite
I picked
Pokemon.
Charizard because
I feel like if it was Blastoise can beat the other two.
I picked Charmander because I saw.
I mean, they just had it on. I forgot what that YouTube thing with fake Thor. What's his name?
I mean, on Death Battle, Blastoise.
Oh, you talking about the Science Explain thing?
Yeah, that one.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he was just like Charizard's the best because he can melt rock with his according to the Pokedex picture.
He can melt. He can. It's another one.
Blastoise can pierce steel.
And I was gonna say, since fire doesn't have a form, theoretically, if they met,
I'm just saying what he said. I didn't agree.
But there's another Pokemon entry that says that he can melt anything with his flame.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Well, Macargo does melt everything with its flame, doesn't it?
Well, we're not talking about
it's
that.
technically made of magma, so
And
its body.
Isn't Flareon like thousands, hundreds of degrees?
I mean,
I think it says 10,000.
But what about his favorite? The fucking dog that once you get burned, it never goes away.
Cerberus?
Wait, what?
He's talking about Houndoom, Houndour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I call him Cerberus all the time.
What
that
is
is
it?
officially his name in Pokemon. Whenever I catch one, Cerberus.
Ninetales curses you for 1,000 years.
So can we talk about that? How the Pokedex hyperbolizes a lot of stuff.
Like, if Pokemon were real, the world would explode.
You guys remember how fast Pidgeot can go? And then
couldn't it fly at like Mach 2?
And then the fact that it's slower than pretty much.
Yeah.
And especially Electro.
Can't Pidgeot fly at
Because
Mach
it was
2?
Electro the fastest in the first generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
besides Mewtwo, right?
Like,
no, it was
besides
fastest.
Mewtwo.
But like you look at these Pokedex entries, they read more like an urban legend than anything else. It's like, oh yeah, it used to come steal your kids at night, and it's like, well, where are all these kids? Like, why do we have all these kids in Pokemon world that's trying to battle me?
Oh, what's the one with the mask?
Yamask?
Yeah.
Where it steals kids.
No, it's a spirit dead people.
No, Abra's the one that is like a transformed kid or whatever.
Kadabra.
Or Kadabra, yeah.
It's okay.
It's like,
how do you get Abras?
You don't. They don't exist.
Oh, okay. Well, is that just an illusion that teleporting away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that clone pooping.
Yeah. What were you saying, Ryan?
But
Sorry.
yeah, it's like if you look at all the Pokedex entries and then you took them at face value, it's like the Pokemon world would be in shambles. Like they'll be you walk through a dimension like every 5 feet.
What?
Like
Charizard literally eat mountains.
Yeah, I was about to say something would be on fire. The only thing that would be accurate is that Charizard would not give a shit about you because it does not fight anything that it perceives as weak.
Because that's one of the issues. It's just like if you go by the entries, it's just like, why the fuck am I picking this Pokemon?
But don't like Bagons, for example, just ram their heads into whatever's around
and try to fly.
Jump off of cliffs.
Oh, that's what they do. They cliff guys.
I was having an interesting conversation with somebody because we was talking about Charizard's tail. Like if it goes out, does it die? He was like, is it like if it just gets extinguished or is it like his life force going out? It was like his life force is reflected by the flame. Because we was talking about the Charmander episode of Pokemon. I was like, if you really take everything as canon in the Pokedex, we will all be dead. It's like Pokemon will be real right now in this world. We can cause a new dimension, but like it's just like you can't take the Pokedex as serious as it actually is.
Keep going. I'm still listening. I'm just gonna practice you guys doesn't know.
I don't.
I mean, there's Google too.
He
could fuck a Google.
Oh, this guy.
Didn't you just say it was wrong when we talk about
But,
that?
I mean, it was though. That's true.
Yeah, that's C-Lab and Harvey Birdman turning it off.
Oh, I gotta I'll get you
6
DVDs,
separate, bro.
You can burn it if you want.
Who's the man in the man?
I was just looking at that whole shit, not the whole shit, but I was just looking at that in Indiana.
You know his theme song I hate, but it's actually pretty good because catchy. I can sing on the chorus.
So remember we were talking about.
My name is Shake Soda, the Mike Ruler, the old school.
I didn't say it was good. I said it's catchy. Like you know it when it comes on.
Yeah, but that's true for a lot of things. Like,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, even.
I mean, if you don't know what show you're watching when that comes on.
Yeah, it's the first word.
I mean, and then jumping around some more to anime, Lupin the Third actually had a pretty nice jazzy one that was like Cowboy Bebop-ish. And like you wouldn't know that she was listening to an anime
I love the full version of that.
I've never actually watched it.
Lupin the Third or Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the full version of Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Space Dandy, they're all pretty, because they're made by the same people. And then Yoko Kanno is just amazing with music. Also, the Pillows did a really good job. Coolly. But their ending theme song is way better than their opening.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like
Who's overrated? It's so whack.
Okay, we're down here with Steve.
It's so whack, dude.
We're down here.
I mean,
so
Steve
that kind of brings us into a good chance to talk about.
Brandon says Ruby Spears Mega Man opening was good.
I think we said that though.
Yeah, we said Mega Man and Ruby.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about the voice acting. Sounds just like Goku.
Well, yes.
No, he said Ruby Spears. Like it's actual different thing.
I don't have that up there. My bad.
That's why I'm reading it.
He's a fighting robot, Mega Man.
Mega Man. Oh, also, everybody knows the Mash theme song probably.
Power Rangers.
I do not. I know that is.
Power Rangers, original.
I don't know.
It's iconic.
I don't remember it though. That's what I'm saying.
The fuck is wrong with you? How old were you?
You started playing it, but yeah, that's that dang near Power Rangers though.
Cause that band made like all the '90s theme songs, I think, or a lot of them.
Which band?
The one who did Power Rangers. I don't know their name.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They all have that weird like. This is a rock song. So,
are we gonna talk about the racist ones like Hong Kong Food?
That's not racist.
Number one super guy.
That's not racist. He's just a dog that knows kung fu. I'm not racist about that.
Have you?
The show.
See, like I knew he was baiting me, and I was about to take the bite. And I was like, no, I won't let him have this one.
That's fine. That's fine.
But like some of the songs that I didn't like as a kid, like Underdog and stuff like that. Scrubs.
Bland.
Scrubs, when Scrubs did it with Ted's band, they made it like way better. Like this is like a random aside, but like now I actually like the Underdog theme song because of Ted's group in Scrubs. Like they made it like.
I remember that. Those were good episodes. Remember when Turk joined and he did Poison?
Yeah.
That was funny. Like he's gonna be trouble. So he was probably that's enough of sounds. So look, you guys are gonna join me. We're gonna have a nice. We're gonna circle back to a pretty good discussion about Pokemon. I'm gonna explain to you.
That how Snorlax was the best Pokemon.
What are you gonna say?
And Gen 1.
All right, how did we get this one?
I didn't have anything.
DuckTales.
I don't like that show.
You know the new
You know
one.
what?
The new song
I'm
is
not gonna
actually
lie.
pretty good.
DuckTales is really good, but I feel like it's played out now because everyone told me that it's so good.
So what about?
I didn't say so good. I said it's pretty good.
What about Darkwing Duck?
I love that show.
What about Darkwing?
Wait, that's fine.
I'm talking about as far as the theme song.
I just didn't like. I didn't like.
What I heard was that Jason is a fan of Launchpad. That's what I heard.
Oh,
that's what I heard.
And we totally got SpongeBob.
No, we didn't.
No, because it's not an important show.
It is iconic though.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. Fuck that
and
show.
And then Thundercats.
I didn't forget.
Oh.
I didn't forget about Thundercats.
It's Thundercats and
don't forget.
85.
And then Rugrats.
Didn't forget.
I really don't
90s.
like the Rugrats.
Didn't forget. Not at all.
Sailor Moon.
Didn't forget.
And Inspector Gadget.
I would actually like the Inspector Gadget one.
I really don't.
It's just like.
So if you guys were going to go back, what shows would you look at?
Super Mario Brothers.
That was a pretty cool show.
I do kind of wish.
Oh, I do like the Super Mario rap.
I do kind of want to watch an episode of the Zelda show.
No.
Just to see how bad it was.
No. If you want to see bad, look at CDI.
Yeah.
No.
Excuse me, princess.
The concept is pretty similar.
Oh, what about Recess? Y'all like that theme song?
No,
I like that show more than the theme song.
Whoopi Goldberg is putting something in the comments section. Okay.
They also have Doug up here. I didn't like that theme song.
I feel like I need to change my choice now.
Ganon would be part of the Boba squad. Ugh.
Wait, in terms no, look, see, here's the thing.
Bulbasaur is so lame.
Here's the problem. Like competitively, it's better than the other two.
Yo,
yeah, because it has higher defense and stats, right?
No,
special.
No, it's got better stats in better places. It has higher HP than Blastoise, and the special defense is higher. Plus, Magnetic Sword shits all over the board.
I mean, Charizard. If he looks at a rock too hard, he's gonna die.
Yeah, when you take 5 damage from self rock.
What's going on between a cabbage and a giant snake boulder that can literally break mountains?
You know what's really funny?
Hang
on, real talk. Hold on, real talk.
Real life.
No, hang on. Just before we get to real life, talk about the game. Onyx is so bad that its base attack stat is lower than Odysseus.
I mean,
just so you know, Onyx's base attack is 45, Odysseus is 50.
I mean, you know how bad he is? They had to give him another evolution.
Silks is amazing.
All right, so I'm looking at a ranking website of like theme songs, and number 1 is Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck that website. What the hell?
I mean, I would say it's iconic.
Which one? Which one? Are they gonna say a pup named Scooby Doo?
No, Scooby Doo. Where are you?
No, get out of my face.
A pup named Scooby Doo was good too. Flintstones is number 2.
Disgusting.
These are a bunch of old.
Disgusting.
These are a bunch of old ass people.
This is with 2,439 votes, upvotes, and 732 downvotes.
This is an archive website.
Also for Brandon,
Pink Panther was number 3.
Real quick for Brandon, no, there's no love for the Voltron theme song. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to do the top 10 to keep this quick. So Pink Panther was number 3. My computer
Actually good at least.
The Simpsons is number 4. DuckTales is number 5. Jetsons is 6. Looney Tunes Show was 7. I'm on computer.
If I can quote Steve.
Terrible. Who voted on this? Like a bunch of.
If I can quote Steve, this is trash tier.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was 8.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, it's still bad. Like,
I mean, it's bad, but they had a good song up there.
I just want to say, while Ryan's computer continues to load 9 and 10, which will undoubtedly be terrible, I'd just like to say I'm glad I introduced you to a woman that has great taste. Because yes, fuck Scooby-Doo, and yes, Squirtle is the best.
Oh, I don't really care. Yeah, here's the problem. I don't care about Gen 1 at all.
He's taking claim for something he didn't do.
I'm not attached. That's true. I'm not attached to any of those Star Pokemon because I don't like the ones.
If Ghastly was a starting Pokemon, it would have been my choice at any time.
I mean, it'd be pretty invincible until you.
I mean, honestly, if I ever decide to get Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee, I'll start with Eevee.
Number 9 is Pokemon, and number 10 was Pinky and the Brain.
Weird list.
It is, but these are people on the internet voting for these.
Low key, it reminds me of that guy's shitty anime list.
You mean Watch Mojo?
Nah. The meme that I think one of you guys posted where he was talking about what years he has animes in.
He hated his life.
Where apparently, which
Muppet Babies was also upvoted just recently with Beetlejuice.
I mean, it's okay, fam.
Muppet Babies. Honorable mention at 11. What was it?
SWAT Cats. I actually really like SWAT Cats.
I like the show.
We said that.
The show.
Yeah,
talking about the reboot.
There's a reboot of SWAT Cats?
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Wait, there is?
There was. Keyword was.
Are you lying to us?
Regardless, no thanks.
Yeah. Wow, I really want to know what level. Okay.
Inspector Gadget and SpongeBob are honorable mentions.
Look, I can sort of get with SpongeBob, but like.
Hey, Kira.
These are
Brandon.
Teen Titans.
Come to my
13,
YouTube. MajorFenix. MajorFenix.
What?
Nothing. Telling them about the YouTube.
Yeah. So then you can talk about how correct Steven is about what they're going to actually do.
Do you call yourself Steven?
Yes.
Okay.
No one. Most people just call me
Ducktail.
I call myself.
But yeah,
Sorry, Darkwing Duck. We said that.
Teen Titans theme song is pretty
Tiny
good.
Toon
But the
Adventures.
actual, I always get the show wrong. Hi,
Puppy. I mean,
yeah, that theme song was actually like.
It should be. They're fucking musicians.
Well, they did the song for.
That's what I'm saying. I'll put that over Teen Titans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot more live.
Yeah.
But like Teen Titans theme song was definitely iconic. Like when it comes on, everybody's like, yes.
Yeah, I think they did the music for the entire show.
Justice League was actually kind of.
By the way, I love the score for Teen Titans in the the pilot episode.
You're just mad because I sound like a rock star. Favorite line on that entire episode. Trying to see what 14 and 15 are.
We'll wait for it to load.
Yeah.
Kira, join the YouTube and subscribe to me.
Animaniacs and
Then
Tiny
go
Toon
back.
Adventure.
I still don't think the Tiny Toon songs like that.
I mean, it was catchy when I was younger, but I don't remember it at all now.
You know what song is actually better than like some of these? The Itchy and Scratchy theme song.
Yeah, dude.
They fight. Fight. The Itchy and Scratchy show. And Poochie. Alvin and Chipmunks made it at 16.
Anyway.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Literally, I put the Super Mario Super Show rap over that shit on the song.
You guys remember that show, Arthur and the Knights of Justice? I seen one episode of it.
I vaguely remember that name.
I seen one episode of the show.
Kim Possible was at 17.
I used to like the Kim Possible song, but it's really annoying after you listen to it.
Rocky and Bullwinkle came in at 18.
What even is that theme song?
It's not really a theme song.
It is a theme song. It has words and stuff.
No, I mean like.
I always thought of it as more like here's an intro.
Yeah, he talks a lot through the whole thing. That's fine. That's what I meant by the song.
What's the New Scooby-Doo was 19.
Oh, yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
And then the Magic School Bus was 20.
Yeah, that's fine. What you choose is good.
Out of that list, I agree.
Oh, hold on. Just for Jason, Cheers is on the rise. Jersey Shore is going down.
Thank God.
Was this TV shows in general? What is going on?
This is cartoon themed, but this is another thing that I see.
I got worried. Someone try to pull a Smash Bros.
Sailor Moon is 21.
This list vexes me.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying this list is correct. I'm just listing this ranking website thing that people are voting for. Because we're at now at Magic School Bus is at 729 votes, which I feel it should be higher.
Oh wait, that's only okay. That means we're just getting a list.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Gravity Falls is 22, and Popeye the Sailor is.
Nah, Gravity Falls. Though.
Why is Popeye the Sailor up there?
He's Popeye the Sailor.
Why is he up there? No.
Danny Phantom was 23.
Actually, that's a good question to bring up, Steve. Which one was better, Hilda or Steve?
Hilda is better than both pictures combined. It's Hilda's better than both.
You talking about the show overall or the theme song?
Yes.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, the theme song for Steven is not really, but I think.
I just get tired of the and Steven. Like, okay, nigga, we get it.
Fine. I just think Hilda's a better show. It's better. It's a better experience.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is 24.
I do like that show.
I forgot about that song.
You know other show that I haven't met here yet, but I want to throw in there Futurama.
Danny Elfman, he makes great music. Yeah. I love his crap in fucking Batman, the movie.
King of the Hill is number 25.
Actually, that's a good show too. Yeah, okay.
I actually don't like that show, but I will give the theme song.
That show, I used to hate that show.
I thought that was your favorite show, Ryan.
Old and like almost 30. That show makes.
You know what show I also used to hate? I used to hate Frasier. I really like Frasier now.
Frasier is a very good show.
Say what?
Frasier's a very good. Yeah,
we're done.
I hate that show also.
No, stop.
We're done
with this list.
We're done here.
We're finished.
Unless there's a very good song that shouldn't be down there.
That's why I'm just going down to 30 if my computer can handle it.
Yeah, it's just 5 more, you guys. Just 5 more.
But nobody wants the acapella. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
No, I agree with you. Like,
was it the opera? George, though?
Yeah, so we were talking about Carmen Sandiego, and I think because with Carmen Sandiego, they had it for the cartoon. No, the cartoon song is different. That's all.
Oh, that's awesome.
Also, in terms of theme song, Hilda and Gravity Falls.
27 is a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Finally.
28 is X-Men animated series.
Okay.
Way too all know this.
That's fine. Okay. Not disgruntled about that. I would say.
They're gonna put
I'm not disgruntled, but I'm not gruntled.
They're gonna put the Donkey Kong show theme song on there.
29 is Spider-Man.
Look,
which one, really?
Low key.
I think it looks like the 90s Spider-Man.
Producer guy, can you find the theme song for the Donkey Kong TV show?
Do we want to do that?
No, yeah. Look, the theme song for the show is actually pretty good.
I don't think I've ever been.
Underdog is getting voted.
You're gonna break my computer with this.
I don't think I've ever been as unhappy as him.
And at last, number 30. Y'all ready for it? Can I get the drum roll?
No. That's not a drum roll.
You know what? I rescind my drum roll.
You can't.
Sword of Omens, grant me sight beyond sight. Thundercats.
It's funny. I used to have a cassette tape.
So there's only one intro.
This is mild.
Are you about to play it?
Is it good?
Yeah.
It better be.
Yeah. That's the only one that matters.
Right.
You thought it was gonna be that shitty ass.
Oh damn.
You see plus.
I'm not. I just don't. That's fine. Whatever. You monkeys can enjoy this.
Dude. Oh wow, that was really racist.
I know.
It's funny. I used to have a cassette tape of theme songs, and I remember the Superman theme song. I always hated it
because it's lame.
Now it's probably contributes more to my hate of Superman.
But he's not doing it.
He's not. The Flash was on there as well.
I don't remember that show. That's crazy.
Spider-Man, Underdog, Hong Kong Fooey.
Sorry, it's intro.
Steve, you did this to yourself.
forgot how good it was.
I hope that you can't hear it over the internet. And it just looks like I'm just really upset about something.
No.
Just in my life, man.
Yo, Banana Slammer, nigga. Come on.
Just vote me off the album right now.
Banana Slammer!
I will put my own
Was the
name.
reboot song good?
No.
I really don't remember it.
No.
Oh, we forgot about fucking Transformers.
We did.
Nah, the original Transformers.
No, you know we forgot about Toonami's opening.
Oh, you know what?
End the suffering.
Why is this still going on?
End the suffering, dude.
And you know it's like 4 minutes long so that they can save on animation.
Oh my god.
Why is this a 1 minute long intro?
But yeah, y'all remember Toonami's opening?
I don't think I've ever been.
Can I just say that Toonami had the best bumps, the best bumps ever.
Yo, their story.
Who am I? And what am I?
I was about to say their story or inspiration.
Right.
When Motar was probably one of the best hosts besides Tom.
Yeah. Steve, you look exasperated.
No.
It was that intro.
Like I will say that that one of the bumps that got me to watch Gundam was the one with the Gundam Strike Freedom or Gundam yeah, whatever.
I know there was one with Gundam Wing that made me watch that show.
It was like the one about the uprising of the robots, and like it's going through like it's using the song Arabic, and it's like talking about the rise of the robots, and like it just goes quiet for a second, and you're like, what's going on? And you hear his railgun just loading up, this and it just like shoots off, and I was like, yo, I gotta watch that.
Yo, that one of those bumps is literally the only reason I watch Gundam Wing.
But like I remember they had the Sailor Moon on there, Sailor Moon intro on there, the original American Dragon, Rock
So
the
real
Dragon,
quick,
and then Yu Yu Hakusho was a great opening.
Since you mentioned
I'm actually glad I watched
You know what was a good opening? Duckman.
I thought we mentioned that.
No, he said Duckman.
Yeah.
Just Duckman.
Yeah, I thought I mentioned that.
No, I thought you said DuckTales.
I think
read DuckTales.
I've read a lot of stuff.
Why are there so many fucking cartoons about ducks?
That's 4.
That's too many.
5 you count back.
I mean, to be fair, Duckman was an adult cartoon, so.
Brandon says Mecha Anime is his favorite, by the way.
Yeah, see,
I give you like 2.
I do not like Mecha Anime, so I cannot relate to them.
You know what show I really didn't fucking big up?
That's fine.
Anyway,
I just like Dorothy.
Yeah.
But especially when she was playing the piano.
You know what bumps I really missed though from Cartoon Network? The ones where different cartoon characters would be interacting with each other at like a random real life situation.
Oh yeah, you talking about like Dexter's Laboratory walking down the street and then Johnny Brown would be like, "Hey kid, what's going on?"
Yeah, like there was one where it's like Samurai Jack and somebody else at a laundromat.
It was Johnny Bravo.
Yeah,
he was like,
I think this is yours.
It like turned pink, like his gi turned pink.
I kind of miss those. I wish this.
Speaking of Samurai Jack, his opening was pretty great too.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Mako.
Yeah.
A foolish samurai
steps forth to oppose me.
Like,
but me, I call the master evil.
Like the new guy, it's like he's doing an imitation. It's not.
Well,
yeah,
all right. So
it was tough.
I think his name is Katie.
So all right, to explain that, he's also the guy who took over as Iroh as well.
Oh.
Yeah,
he was his protege.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I think it's.
Yeah, he was his protege.
Katie.
By the way, Samurai Jack was disappointing.
No, I wouldn't say disappointing. It was just like he can't win.
That's what disappointed me about it. It's like, yo, just fight my.
That's what I'm saying. It's not disappointing for me. It's just like, yo, he literally can't win.
It made sense. You think about how time travel is a thing, but it was like.
But can we do the Trump choices the alternate timeline?
Come on, yo, just let them have it, man. Or can they both fade away together? Like, come on.
No, he can't be happy.
Yeah, I think that was the point.
Oh, also Avatar had a pretty good opening. I'm not gonna say it had a good theme song. It had a good opening.
Yeah, I always remember. Like, I always kind of like bopped along to the outro song with all the chanting. And
that's when they actually played it.
Yeah.
It's like Fooly Cooly. It had a better closing than it did opening.
That's okay.
We're talking about the theme song, not the show.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well talk about the show now.
We're talking about
the show is good.
It's not
deep side.
It's all over the place.
That's the point. It's about growing up and how confusing and crazy it is.
It's not confusing right now.
I mean, it can
read a book. That's all it is.
Read the motherfucking
Read a
book.
book. Read a book. Read a motherfucking book. Like, you can't say a show is good. Like, if I say the show is confusing and you go, it's supposed to be confusing, and I say it's supposed to be bad.
I mean, yeah, you could say that.
Like, yeah, which is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Have you seen Sorry?
That's what I'm saying.
Have you seen Sorry to Bother You?
No.
Because that movie was made to be confusing.
Well, but it also derailed itself.
The movie or Food Cool?
No,
Yes.
the movie.
Gotcha.
The movie did. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I should say I saw the trailer for that movie. It sucks. Trash.
And you know what?
I'm
You'd
never
be
gonna
right.
see it.
You'd be right because the trailer showed something that the movie wasn't really.
I saw the
about.
movie. The movie was amazing. Super good. Oh crap! I saw the trailer. Trailer was like whatever.
Oh, see, now everybody knows you're a fraud because you changed.
I mean,
you can't change your mind.
I mean, he's parodying you though, so it makes sense.
He knows what he did.
I only
He knows
saw
what
the
he
trailer.
did.
I haven't tried to lie about seeing the trailer or seeing the movie.
I was gonna say I've only seen it.
Fuck that movie.
I've only seen
It's gonna be terrible.
But yeah, anyway.
Come on back.
Oh, okay. Whatever. If you see, like at this point, no matter what happens, he's gonna see it and he's gonna be like terrible. Like I said, he could love it and just go to sleep like I gotta watch Venom real quick, you guys. It's so good. But we'll never know. He'll be like terrible. I told you it was gonna be bad.
See, but this is the
problem.
problem.
Trash.
But why would you be so contrarian?
Right.
It's like it runs in a fucking family.
I think they're talking about you right now.
The issue here is when I'm contrarian is because I'm correct.
So am I.
Gaston doesn't know what he's talking about.
I do because I saw the trailer, nigga.
See, look at this guy being contrarian.
Ava's cosplay, King Arthur and Knights of Justice. I remember Steve Mantic.
Hey.
Was driving when I heard it and finally got to reply to it.
Oh no, okay.
Who said that? Ava's cosplay is Isaac. I had to remember who that was.
He's just aware of a lot of stuff.
Isaac has approximate knowledge of many.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's extended his consciousness to a bunch of things.
So we was talking about a lot of like old comic shows.
Yeah, that's when I thought you were gonna segue to talking about
I
things.
was gonna say Ryan segues just a tiny bit of work, but
No, that was good.
That one was better than the first one.
If you point it out, it doesn't really matter.
Nah,
It's still a
it's
segue.
like breaking the fourth wall. It's totally
It's
fine.
still a segue. I'm just recognizing his talent and ability.
So did y'all see the post that said that Deadpool will be the only Marvel character to be aware of Stan Lee?
What about
I was
Gwenpool?
gonna say it's not necessarily true. But
Well,
no, also.
Gwenpool.
Yeah. Arguably, Taskmaster might if they feel like going
Wouldn't
that route.
Spider-Man's Spidey sense tell him something?
No,
that's right.
Can we? We already told you. We already talked about how worthless his spider sense is.
Look,
It
man.
happened like 30 years later.
Look.
Spider Sense is going on.
Look, nah, it's fine, man. He was sitting on the bus. His spider sense told him that there was a giant building-sized alien wheel behind him.
I'm
But,
pretty sure he
we
just
were-
looked out the window.
But yeah, it's that was a really sad day for a lot of people.
I'm gonna give my thought on that exactly after we talk about how cool he was.
Who?
I mean, he was in the middle
Stanley.
of doing
No, I'm saying
Stan Lieberman.
So
a few people don't know this.
I think just real quick, Jason, I think the feed on Facebook stopped.
Did it?
I'm gonna refresh my page and find out.
But,
Yeah, let me know before I mess with that.
Still good on Facebook. And by Facebook, I mean YouTube. I'm out of you guys. So
YouTube is good. I know YouTube is good.
it's almost like it's
Even though
superior-
Kira doesn't like YouTube.
It's superior streaming platform. Well, she likes.
Well, it's good
she
on
likes
my
Cinema Pros and
computer.
Stars
So.
on that, so obviously she likes inferior things for the sake of. I don't know.
Oh God.
Looks appearances.
Look, I mean, I'm sitting right here, Steve.
Oh, look, I wasn't talking about you. But if you want to talk about you, that's
I mean, you're not talking about my girlfriend.
you're
All you gotta do is
self-conscious.
say- all you gotta do is say,
What's up, Jeff?
Not you.
Yeah, I didn't say. I wasn't even going for that. I could have, but I didn't.
I think it was right. I think it just paused for some reason.
Yeah, I think that was just your computer because mine's running.
So going back to Stan Lee. Yeah, it was a very sad day. I think for a lot of people, knowing that a person that was involved with a lot of the creation of the worlds that they came to love, and just seeing his personality on screen, off screen, just knowing that he won't be the inspiration that he was anymore, and the fact that he was almost like 100, I think it bummed a lot of people out. Like they wanted to see him live for a longer time than 95. Which is a very long time.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. The day that I can't wipe my own ass, just kill me. I don't want to be that old.
Wow.
That's it. I don't want to be 95.
I mean, I don't think he was that old.
He
was old, but he wasn't.
You mean like old enough to be not doing stuff himself?
Right.
Yeah. I don't want to. That's what I'm saying.
He was
You mentioned people.
I mean, he was that old,
longer.
but yeah.
I'm just
I mean,
saying,
personally,
like,
I was one of the ones that was like, if he make it to level 100, I will be okay with that. I mean, he maxed out. He maxed out at 95.
He had 4 EVs. He's fine.
But
was he max IV? That's the real question.
Star Peanut 1 says, "Have no fear, I am here."
Who's that?
Star Peanut.
Who is that?
I don't know. I'm just reading.
Yeah, I feel like our producer should be giving shout outs, but he's busy.
But yeah, like
that's a good question. Who are you, Star Peanut?
What? You just click the button.
I don't want to.
Oh,
Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
Wait, Brandon who? Huh?
Probably, yeah.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, subscribe to my channel, man.
So yeah,
hit the bell for notifications.
Like, do y'all remember the
Give me a thumbs up.
Do y'all remember the first time y'all picked up a comic book? Like,
No.
How old you were?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It was
our dad's comic.
It was my dad's old comic book.
What's up, Sammy?
It was an issue of Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, hey, other #1 fan.
Yeah, it was
#1 fan. You should come over to YouTube.
Yeah, probably. It was 2 actually. It was an issue of Cloak and Dagger, which is why I think Cloak was really cool and Dagger couldn't be better than the TV show, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. And then the other one was, I think it was a New Mutants book with Cannonball, Sunspot, and 2 other people I can't remember. But they were just getting bullied. It was basically a regular X-Men story. They were getting bullied, and then Cannonball accidentally tried to catch something and launched himself into a brick wall, broke the wall, and then people go, "You broke the wall!" And then racism happens, or whatever.
And what about you, Gaston?
What was the first comic I read? I think it was a really old Spider-Man comic. It was actually like, I don't remember what issue it was, but I remember I just like found it in my dad's apartment somewhere, and I just like read it, and it was the origin story. I read it like a dozen times.
Wait, you were on Reddit?
Who's this man?
Jason, being the oldest one here, do you remember your first comic book?
I remember what the issue was. It was Spider-Man going to the comics for some reason. It was like an off issue. It was.
Oh, it might have been like a free comic book kind of thing. Like
yeah, because I think it was my father's, or maybe it was my uncle's, and I just found it and read it, and they didn't care, and I had it.
See,
yeah, that's about right.
Honestly, I remember my first Marvel cartoon more than my first comic.
It's weird that all the comics that y'all stated were all Marvel. Mine was DC. But
my dad didn't collect DC books.
Neither of my family.
Even though he likes DC more now.
It was something that me and my brothers just decided, like, hey, let's try this. And so I think I picked up Batman first, and then my brothers, they picked up the Marvel ones, and I started reading the Marvel ones because I think the first Marvel one I read was a Fantastic Four one. So I remember Dr. Doom being one of the first villains I was introduced to, even way before Joker.
Who's the best villain though?
Or
out of all of Marvel or in general?
In general.
The best villain in general.
The best or my favorite? 2 different things.
Yes.
I mean, the best is Lex Luthor.
Yeah, my favorite. I don't know about the 2, but my favorite is definitely Kingpin. When he was black, Black Kingpin is so cool. Anyway.
I miss myself.
I mean,
alright, so if I'm going to give you my favorite, it's between Doomsday, Carnage, and Joker. They're always going to be my top 3 because Doomsday kills Superman, and you know how much I hate Superman.
Kills Superman.
Everyone.
I should say
you can't kill him.
Puts him in a coma.
Joker, because overall he's like one of the most, like, to me he's one of the most like overall menacing villains that is reoccurring, like where he just causes a lot of havoc, kind of sort of like what Kingpin and Lex Luthor can do, but
only because Batman won't kill him.
And yeah, and Joker he straight up murders like a lot of people, and then Carnage because he gives 0 fucks.
So #1 super fan hates Superman the most too.
Well, yeah, Superman's boring.
I think we all agree on that. Superman's not great, right?
Shut up, Sam.
Like Superman's so boring that people are starting a petition to turn him black.
That doesn't really. That's dumb.
Nah, they have reasoning behind it.
That's dumb. It's still dumb. I don't care. Like, you can say every reason behind anything. It's still stupid.
But like
also Lex Luthor is he's not my favorite villain, but I think he's the best villain because literally he's going up against the most powerful hero.
Superman sucks ass.
Superman can be one of them.
If we're talking about comic books,
she's just as strong as not strong.
She's not. If we're talking about, she's not.
Okay, so are we going to talk about the best superhero too after this? After you're finished?
Yeah, real quick.
I mean, I know we were talking about Stan Lee though, but
I guess it's just going there.
I'm just saying, since we're talking about Superman, real quick, if you don't like Superman, that's great. It's perfectly laudable. That's fine. But you should still read Red Sun. It's pretty good. And
he said Valzad is okay, just not enough for a movie.
Fuck Norman Osborn.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, the Green Goblin.
I do like Osborn. From
Red Goblin, though.
I like him from the original, the Sony Spider-Man movies. Like all his monologues are really good.
What about Red Goblin though? He gave everybody the hands.
I'm over here, dude. Like, no.
You know who's the best villain in this? I
no
think.
one knows about Red Goblin.
No.
Fucking Venom. He's not the greatest, but I like him.
Fucking Venom. So I was like,
He's an anti-hero now though.
Well, I'm talking. Well, we can talk about Agent Venom and Anti-Venom.
But going back to Red Goblin,
worst name ever, by the way.
I mean, it is.
Pretty much, Red Goblin is when Carnage attached to Green Goblin, I think.
So it's Carnage. That's what he meant.
It was either Green Goblin or Hobgoblin. I can't remember which one, but
which one?
Red Goblin.
What?
He doesn't remember who he attached to.
Yeah,
Hobgoblin or
but
Green Goblin.
they was just causing so much problems in the Spider-Verse.
See, it's. I guess it's because you say they. Where I'm just like, I wouldn't give Red Goblin credit for being anything just because it's two people.
But they had the same goal.
That's fine. It doesn't really matter.
I mean, it's like saying Venom is not two people.
No, it's not.
Venom is two people.
No, I'm saying it's not like saying that. Sorry. Because what you said was Red Goblin, right? But it's not like I'm done. It's just not the same thing. That's all.
The only reason I even refer to Venom as they. It's only because they're two.
Well, yeah. What I'm saying is,
you had the host and the symbiote.
Yeah, but when you're talking about Venom, it's basically like a secret identity versus the character thing. Like when you say Batman, you think Bruce Wayne or Batman. You think Batman. He's doing Batman stuff. When you say Venom, you're not like, yo, I'm thinking about Eddie Brock and stuff or symbiote. You're like, no, I'm thinking about the being Venom. So you think about the symbiote and its powers. So when you say, I'm saying the difference here is when you're saying Red Goblin, you're talking about two people. Whatever, dude. Nobody asked you. That's not true. Feel free to hop in at any time.
No, it's not. Isaac already said Steve Mantic said it again.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I was about to point that out.
You feel it on YouTube.
That's white. Yeah, whatever. You good.
Thanks, Sad.
I mean, I'm about to say you better not say nothing bad. He not gonna fix your life. Enjoy the con.
Look at that. I mean, look at this point. I would just spend.
Isaac would do anything for money. We had a whole post about this.
It's true. We did. It was fun.
But yeah. Going back to Stan Lee, it's like he did help create a very vast
universe.
Thanks for cutting me off.
Yeah, I'm like, let him finish. Thank you. Let him finish. Jeez.
But yes, he did help create a very vast universe, and like with all the puns that were in, with all the puns that were like incorporated in his character, because like I don't know if y'all know this, but in a lot of comic books he was actually written in there and like drawn in there like as cameos in the comic books. So like, you know, I think it was like one time Spider-Man was in the hospital, you see Stan Lee in the hospital bed next to him, like all bandaged up and stuff like that. Like he just built this whole personality that like made Marvel who it is. Like I know like you had what was it, Jack Kirby and this other guy.
Ditko, yeah.
You still have them, but when I think Marvel, I always think Stan Lee first.
Well, he's the face of the company. So.
Yeah, what about fetish artist Eric Stanton? Fetish artist Eric Stanton. He's the person who designed all the.
Going like this. I need to go like this.
Jackson. There we go. So he was the person who nice.
He was the one who made the design, right, for Spider-Man.
No, he helped with that, but he made a lot of the female people like Black Cat and stuff.
Okay.
You can really see it in their designs.
Can you now?
Did he make a racist?
Fetish artist, you said.
Nah, it's actually really interesting. Like I heard a story of how.
So I just want to point out that Isaac said Red Hood is the shit.
Yeah.
Message retracted.
I
don't do anything for money.
That was Brandon saying that Red Hood is the shit.
Oh, I'm sorry, but then Isaac had a message retracted and he said, I won't just do anything for money, you muggle.
Wait, yeah, so what did you write?
Anyway.
What did you write?
Write it on Facebook.
I heard a story today about how and why Stan Lee came up with Spider-Man. And so, like, when he made Spider-Man, it was kind of in an era where all the superheroes were adults, comics and everything were kind of geared towards adults. And he wanted to do something more for, like, younger people, like teenagers and kids. So,
first mistake.
Like, basically, he took the concept of, like, well, Batman has a sidekick. Superman had a sidekick at the time.
Did he really?
Jimmy Olsen.
At the time. Yeah, I'm asking that at the time.
So he basically just took the sidekick and made that its own hero. And he was like, well, what kind of things can climb walls? So I want a superhero that can climb walls. And he was going to name it Bugman.
He was going to be a fly.
It's going to be Bugman, Flyman.
It could have been a Gecko.
Could have been.
Wow, that would have sucked.
Gecko Man.
Well, I mean, he cut his arms off.
Gecko Man does whatever a Gecko Man can.
So wait, how did he get his superpowers? How did he get his superpowers? Got bitten by a radioactive gecko.
Do they have teeth?
No.
He got gummed by radioactive.
No, he like accidentally ate a radioactive gecko arm that he like fell off the ceiling somewhere.
Nah, he signed a radioactive Geico contract.
He got insurance from Geico.
Yo, if you got superpowers from insurance, who do you?
More people would have it.
That's probably true, yeah.
For sure. But it was just interesting, like that little story. Like he's
very progressive.
Yeah.
Well, he was very progressive.
Speaking of how progressive he is, back in 1968, he also wrote like an open letter about racism that I think by now is like everybody's been reading it, like it's all over the internet.
It's a nice thing if you haven't read it.
Do you mind if I read it now?
Oh,
no, go ahead.
Okay.
Why you do that?
Oh, is it long or short?
Don't
answer that question. No, we're done. Move on. Move on. Don't care.
So back in 1968, he wrote, bigotry and racism are among the deadliest social ills plaguing the world today. It's totally irrational, patently insane to condemn an entire race, to despise an entire nation, to vilify an entire religion, we wrote. Sooner or later, if man is ever to be worthy of his destiny, we must fill our hearts with tolerance. Now, this person who wrote this cut out a lot of actually good shit that he wrote, like about how racism can't be defeated with a kick to the face or a zap from a ray gun, etc., etc. But it's just kind of interesting that, like, way back in 1968, he was kind of where a lot of people are now, like, just now, 2018.
I mean, it was pretty time.
I mean, you know,
if it's 68, that seems about right.
Yeah.
So, right at the tail end of the civil rights movement. So
that's after Martin Luther King and Malcolm X have been assassinated already.
You know, everyone knows. That. Well, okay.
Whoa.
He took that. Superman Isaacs.
Yeah, Brandon, that went really hard.
Oh wait, no, hang on, that wasn't.
Brandon says that everyone knows if Spider-Man was realistic, he'd be killing bullies.
Well, I wouldn't say killing bullies. He didn't kill his bully. He just beat him up and embarrassed him.
He didn't even beat him up.
He just embarrassed him.
You're right. Stuck him to a locker or something.
Well, that was in the movie. In the comics, he just like makes a fool of him.
Oh, yeah. That makes more sense.
I think there's actually a comic where Flash becomes Spider-Man instead of Peter.
Yeah, doesn't one of his bullies become like Sandman or something?
Was it Sandman? No, it's
Flash,
Spider-Man, isn't it?
Flash Gordon?
Nah, Eddie Brock, didn't he be?
Thompson.
He became,
Flash Thompson becomes something.
Flash becomes Agent Venom, Brock becomes Venom, and then Anti-Venom.
What a dumb name.
Yeah, any of them's bad.
Venom and Anti-Venom. Come on.
Like, his costume, it's fine.
Well, it was Negative Man, so.
No, first of all,
Calendar Man.
I really like Martin Lee as a character, but
you like what?
Martin Lee.
Yeah.
Man. But his powers are weird too.
I mean, you know how Venom came about, right? That whole story.
Yeah, actually, because it's from the Secret Wars side.
Yeah, so they had a vote on the costume of Venom.
It's fine.
They had a break the fourth wall, whatever.
You could.
Hey, audience.
So we
hit. You guys know we're actually filming a thing, not just talking.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It came from after Secret War. They had a vote for a new costume, and so they had this. Who was it? Andy Schumer or something.
I don't know.
He voted. He made the design and they liked it, but they could not come up with a coherent story for it. But everyone hated it. So the editors were like, and whoever was just like, oh, you know what? No, that's actually an alien suit.
Haha, it's like it's fake.
And then basically there was an issue there with Spider-Man. They were just like, I have to remove this, and he used sound waves to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And
it
then
took like 4 issues before it was done. I think it might have been 1, honestly.
And then Eddie Brock got exposed to it, and he became Venom.
Dear God, can you kill Peter Parker? Best scene in that movie.
And it worked so well because supposedly the suit was just pissed off. After they figured out it was a symbiote, the suit was pissed off at Peter for disposing of him. But Eddie Brock was pissed off because he caused him to lose his job. And so they they combined together.
Even back then, jobs.
They combined together, making his deadliest enemy because his spider senses, which are worthless anyway, weren't reacting.
Well, yeah, because after it bonded with him, like it adapted to like be able to go incognito.
Don't say I say Negro a lot. Like
y'all. I haven't said it. I say nigga.
No, y'all said I say Negro a lot.
You do.
I did just say it constantly.
But did y'all hear the theory that Stan Lee is the Watcher?
Yeah, that's been around for a while though.
Yeah,
like I think people started saying that a couple years ago with all the cameos.
Yeah, and I think it'd be really cool as like a tribute to him to actually make him the Watcher.
I mean, yeah, if they weren't gonna do it before, they definitely will now.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like a good like send off for him.
Something I don't think would be a good send off is people have been trying to petition to make Deadpool do all of his cameos with like a mustache and glasses. That is a terrible idea.
Oh,
I would just say just don't. Yeah,
just make it tasteful.
Yeah,
like if they're gonna have Deadpool do it one time
ever. Yeah.
One time ever, and
do
just kind of like a goodbye.
No, do it in Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, so one time ever. Not Detective Pikachu. Ugh.
The only other thing I would accept is if Deadpool as himself just kind of took over the cameos as himself. Like, instead of having a Stan Lee cameo in every movie, it's just like a Deadpool thing.
I mean, they don't have to be cameos.
I mean, there doesn't.
Like, we can just not do it, guys.
That's why I said that's the only other thing I would
So how much does Ryan Reynolds get paid if he did that?
Too much. Actually, I as a portion, but because I don't know.
Wow.
What are the going rates for Ryan Reynolds? You guys?
His career blossomed again out of nowhere. Remember, he was in a shitty Green Lantern movie.
He was in a lot of movies before Green Lantern, so Green Lantern didn't end his career.
He was also in a shitty movie.
Green Lantern was just bad.
Deadpool before too, I guess.
Yeah, he's had a good career up until those like 3 movies.
Now, when you say good career, you mean like he was paid well and able to provide for himself? Or
He was one of
them. Yeah, and he was in decent movies.
Yeah, Van Wilder was like his debut.
Was it really?
One of his debuts. I'm not. He's been around.
I don't
for a
know.
while. That's
the first time I ever heard.
That's when his career like really took off.
Yeah.
Was like Van Wilder. Everybody used to call him Van Wilder for the longest time. That was who he was for like 10, 20 years, and then now he's Deadpool.
Kind of like
I thought he was Wade Wilson.
Kind of like how Chris, whatever his name is just permanently Captain America.
No, he's the guy from Scott Pilgrim.
I mean,
he's a skater. He grinds himself to death. That could be so. That's fine.
They kind of fits what his character was from Not Another Teen Movie.
Was he not?
Yeah, he was. He was the main love interest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Asshole
and also the
main love
quarterback.
interest.
Captain Marvel was
Asshole
also
main
in,
love interest.
And Scott Pilgrim as well.
Yeah, you don't know.
It's just weird because I think he actually he might as well just be Captain America.
We do talk about the Green Lantern movie because we can do it better
with a black person.
No,
with any other Green Lantern.
Yeah, because who was that? And that one wasn't Hal, right?
Kyle Rayner.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Kyle Rayner would probably be more interesting. John Stewart would be more interesting.
Guy
Gardner would be more interesting. Even Kilowog. Like I would settle for that.
What about the cat?
What about the cat?
That was the Red Lantern though.
Yeah.
But that'll still be a better movie than
a Red Lantern movie where Guy Gardner beats the shit out of.
Can you imagine?
They need to do Brightest Nights.
White Lantern movie where they just look at each other and stand down.
Speaking of black and white, going back to Samurai,
You said
that
Blackest
was one
Night.
of the best episodes.
You said Blackest Night, but I understand.
No, I said black and white. Nobody cares what he said.
I was listening to Jason.
But anyway, going back to Samurai.
And that is why I'm coming off your mic.
that was a great episode.
You can never cut off my mic.
No, I can't talk to you. It was a good episode.
He stole your robot penis.
No, there are 4 in this room, so.
Oh, hi, Amir again.
Actually, there's only 3 in that room. I'll lock the door.
Like, I mean, I said there's a window, so it's.
I will lock the door.
Let's say there's a window. That's fine.
Like, how do y'all like? What was y'all like? People in the audience, what were y'all feeling when y'all heard about Stan Lee's passing last Monday?
What was your thought? Well, you kind of already gave your thought.
I mean, I can give it again.
Go ahead.
To the summary.
It's
like,
cool.
I mean, personally, death to me is like not a. It's not.
Sad.
No, I'm not overly emotional about it because I had to deal with it like my whole life. But I was just kind of like shocked, like to hear this. Like I was like hoping that it was like a joke.
It's been a joke before.
Yeah, kind of like how you saw like Mr. Feeney like like fought off the thing, but it looked like it was like a article like where he
died.
Yeah, he died, and it was like, oh no, he just fought off this,
He's good.
Yeah, but like when it initially hit me, I was just like kind of like, yeah, I can't believe this, and I was like, but he did live a good life, and he did a lot to help the community that he was trying to, get the message out for. And looking back at that, it kind of made me happy to know like all that he did, and like kind of get the how people do like summaries of his life, like starting to like realize like how much more he did than what I thought I knew he did.
Everybody did that except for Vox. Vox can suck a dick, because the first thing they started talking about was, oh, he hit on a woman like 2 years ago. How dare he in the Me Too era? Okay, Vox. Okay.
Yeah, Kira said it sucked and it seemed so sudden. Shock is a good word. Isaac remarked, my thoughts was kind of hard to
being the beyonder,
but also a bit sad. Brandon says, I was upset, but he's in a better place now. And also,
talk about helping you guys.
And then also Kira was saying that he was old, so I'm not as sad because of that reason. He lived a very full life and touched so many lives in that way. He always lived on.
I'm just gonna be totally honest. I'm kind of more with Kira's second thought there, where it was like, I've heard he was sick for like a year plus. He's been canceling appearances. He's 95. Like it was kind of one of those situations where.
Well, time out. This random aside. He also didn't like to fly, so that's another reason why he canceled a lot of appearances. So what they would do is when he actually came out to make a cameo, they would shoot multiple at a time.
Yeah, I know.
Knowing that he didn't like to fly.
I had to tell a bunch of people on Facebook like he's gonna be in the cameos for like the next year movie. Like all the movies that have started filming already, he's already in.
But no, what I'm saying is not that he's going to be in more cameos, but to your point that he was sick for a long time, he was canceling cameos. He was doing that before because he was scared to fly.
But that
I'm saying that's
in my head. In my head, I'm putting it
doesn't
together. Like in my head, I'm just putting it together. Like he's in poor health. He's not showing up to a lot of things that he normally would show up to. They announced that they filmed all his cameos way back when like Thor Ragnarok came out, and so it was like, okay, so he's probably gonna die soon. And to be honest, like
I didn't go that far, bro.
I mean, he's 95.
Yeah, I didn't go like, yeah, he's probably gonna eat it real soon. Yeah,
that's pretty much what they were announcing without saying it directly.
It's not, though.
And then on top of that, it's just like, this is gonna sound like real dickish, but his death didn't hit me as hard as like Satoru Iwata's death.
Wow, what an asshole. What an asshole.
And that's just mostly because Marvel's not as integral a part of my life as like Nintendo was. And then on top of that, like I mentioned earlier,
how old was Satoru? Like 50 something?
He was like 54.
50, yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying, and I'm kind of in the same vein that I understood like he was old, getting up there with age, and he was in poor health, but it was still rather unexpected to come home on a Monday and then just, oh yeah, Stan Lee's dead. But
people die.
Conversely, I wasn't acting a fool like when Michael Jackson died, and my mom was like mad at me because I wasn't upset.
I didn't.
Died.
Yeah.
Like I literally got in trouble because Michael Jackson died. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, no, see, look,
that guy that wrote Beat It died.
First of all, that's where I'm at when celebrities in general die. I'm like, okay,
same.
I don't know them, so if your value to me is a thing you gave me, then that's not like.
Like I'm really sorry.
I ain't gonna. No offense.
I'm not gonna cry.
To famous people who have died, you go figure. But I'm not shedding any tears. I'm like, oh, that's a shame, maybe, but.
But I mean,
sadness, nah, and then it's not disappointment because he's not making anything.
But I do understand why people are shedding tears, over him, because they understand the impact that he did have on their lives.
Hey, look, I'm being cynical.
I do and I don't.
I don't get it. I don't cry with people I don't know.
I do and I don't because I feel like look, I know we're not supposed to gatekeep, but I'm gonna kind of sort of gatekeep for a second.
Don't do it if you're not supposed to.
I feel like most people really only know Stan Lee from the cameos in the movies.
I would say most people know the characters.
Oh, hey, Jason.
And is that a bad thing, though?
You're out of your
only
box.
from that?
No, but I'm saying, like, to Steve's point, if you only know him from the cameos, then to me that's another reason, like, well, why are you, like, I guess I don't really get crying over celebrity deaths either. Or
Well,
like
think
letting
about
it
think
affect
about
your
this.
life to that point.
Think about it this way though. So, you growing up, you know, you're sad, depressed. You have you have minimal friends. You know, you kind of have no outlet. You pick up a comic book that's written by Stan Lee, and it engages you where you kind of escape. You know, this is your life as a child. And you understand who Stan Lee is before the cameos and all that stuff. So you're growing up reading this material, trying to,
absorb it.
Yeah, trying to absorb it, trying to, this is your escape. It makes you feel better. And then as you grow up, you start to take these values that you learned from these comic books and apply them to life. And then to learn that this guy who helped you through those rough times had passed. That can be very devastating to some people.
I didn't say their feelings were invalid.
I'm not saying that y'all were saying that, but I'm saying I understand.
Well, I wasn't
I understand why people can shed tears over.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say two things. One, you are correct, and I do not understand that feeling because that was not my experience.
That's kind of like your feelings with Iwata though.
But even then, like I was sad about it.
I'm not saying that you had to cry over it, but
that's what I'm saying.
I'm giving you a way to relate.
I know it's just I understand, but it's like even with Iwata, like that hit me harder, but it wasn't something I'm like I'm not gonna let this like.
You mean you didn't go play Mother 3 after he died?
No, I didn't. I didn't go like sit with my Nintendo cartridges and cry.
Well, he didn't say that, right?
Or like I didn't let myself be depressed and sad for like a week about it. Or the other thing I didn't do, which I'm actually really pissed off that people do, I didn't try to make a T-shirt and monetize his death either, which I've seen a lot of them.
He's not using that anymore.
Which kind of actually pissed me off.
Kira says, I know this isn't in line with the nerd/comic theme, but I can see where Ryan is coming from. My example is Chester Bedingfield, the leader, singer of Linkin Park. He got a lot of people through much and escaping music. And escape inside of So when he killed himself after so many people didn't kill themselves because of music, it hit hard.
But I think that's because of the way it happened, though.
Well, it seems like it's different because when Chester died, that means what is Linkin Park doing now, right? They're going to be different forever because Chester's gone, right? Marvel's not going to be different.
Yeah, Stanley has.
He was already gone, relatively speaking.
Yeah, he hasn't owned his
He hasn't made anything new in 30 years.
Why are you looking specifically at me?
Oh, because you were the one.
Really?
But you're saying it accusatory while looking at me. I'm like,
you're a bitch. Why is it different?
I'll just look directly at the camera. So what I'm saying is,
don't look directly at the camera.
Well, no, what I mean is because Stanley, even to Iwata was involved with Nintendo stuff until he died, right? Stan Lee not so much. He's just doing cameos in movies.
Well,
when you look at you see him in the camera, it's like, yeah, it's Stan Lee. Yeah, he's a creator mind. Cool.
Well, that's not entirely true because he also helped consult with the movies that were being made to kind of help him. The only movie he didn't consult with was the reboot of Fantastic Four.
So what?
Horribly.
Yeah, that.
What I'm saying is
that explains so much.
So he's not, even if he was involved, what's different?
Also,
what could he have done that no one else could have?
Kira says, I see what you're saying, Steve, but it's just the fact that he was a figure of their escape. People probably felt like they knew him through his work.
Yeah. I agree with what he said.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that the reason I don't feel as attached. One, I didn't know him personally. The work that he did personally is still there. He had stopped doing it for, I want to say it's been at least 30 years since he had actually personally worked on that comic.
I mean, he was an old man when we were born.
Exactly. So, and even it's just that's just what it is.
He was 65 when I was born.
Yeah, he was old.
65, 64.
So what I'll say is, I find it difficult to relate to people who are my age, who attach that's the same significance that we're talking about to Stan Lee, because it just seems out of place. I'm not going to say their feelings are invalid or they can't feel this way or whatever. I just,
You just don't understand it.
Yeah, because for me, I find that people our age, our relation to Stan Lee is, he made these things years ago. That's cool. I like them now. Or, hey, I saw him in the movie. He has pretty funny one-liners.
So a question for you, Steve, is there a person that you could have that attachment to, or that you might have an attachment to? Yes.
No, not now though. Maybe when I was little. Not even then, because when I was little, I didn't. Even now, I don't.
Young warthog?
When I was young,
he was a young warthog.
But like when I was younger, I didn't attach much significance to celebrities. Like even now, I don't know a lot of people's names because all they are like, hey, you did a thing that I enjoy. It's like I'm not gonna celebrate the Pepsi dude give me a Pepsi. Thanks for Pepsi though. I like Pepsi, but I don't give a crap about the guy who gave it to me. Like same thing. Like
when you say it
even,
that way.
No, even movies that I like. If one of my favorite actors, what's his name? It's really sad, right? Edward Norton, excuse me. He's one of my favorite actors, and Red Dragon's one of my favorite movies. If he died, I'd be like, that sucks. But the thing he gave me, the product that I enjoy, the thing I like about him is still there.
This sounds like more of the.
It's super cynical, and I get it, and it's not like a common way to think, but.
Nah, it just sounds like the inverse.
Celebrities
of what we were talking about with the religion conversation, where it's like people have enjoyed the thing he made so much that they just naturally attach themselves to the person that did it.
Yeah, I don't know him. I've never met him. He might be. And also, Destiny is funny. I like that movie. It's not good though.
But I see where you're coming from, and like I said, I know personally I can relate to the other people who are sad, but most of the people who I know that are like extremely sad have extensive knowledge of their work, of these people's work, especially Stan Lee.
That's right.
So like the example of coming through depressive episodes through comic books, I know people personally who get their escape, who got their life lessons from comic books, and even like a lot of the manga readers, they can recognize like the artists who were influenced by Stan Lee and Marvel Comics and Jack Kirby and all these people. So it's like when you have time to sit back and reflect. Like, okay, like, because kind of like when the person's dead, you're taking for granted. It's like he's still alive, so I'm not really thinking about his legacy too much. But then when he's gone, you look at his legacy, you have time to reflect, and it's just like kind of like, oh wow, he did influence a lot of stuff that I like, or like or a lot of things that other people who I like as well, they were influenced by him. Like you start to see that, and you can kind of get a bigger picture, and then. That too can also kind of influence like how you feel about the situation. I'm not saying that you have to feel anyway, or that you should feel a certain way, but I do understand a lot of people.
No, because
but I also don't appreciate though if somebody says that they're sad and somebody, like you said, somebody tries to invalidate them. Like you shouldn't be sad over him. Like
nah, that's not fair.
Yeah, no, and there are a lot of people out on the internet who will do that. Like a lot of people will say, "I don't know why y'all sad about Stan Lee's passing."
Probably because you don't get it.
And it's like you don't have say on why a person is sad.
Do we really want to talk about the internet though?
I mean, we're on the internet right now.
It's a shitty place.
Yeah, we're internet personalities.
No, it's a beautiful place. It's just lawless.
Well, what about Rule 34? That's a law.
I guess the thing about Stan Lee,
I was happy before. Now I'm just like, nah.
And because the
internet made.
Because the thing about Stan Lee that's different from a lot of other celebrity deaths is that, like you mentioned, Stan Lee has such a huge influence on like art and comics.
Like even Toriyama was influenced by Stan
right.
Lee.
So it's like even though Stan Lee the person is gone. His influence is so widespread that like 30 years from now, people are still going to be saying like, "Oh, well, I'm inspired by Stan Lee."
I think it's
what they're also going to say 30 years from now. Who the fuck is Jack Kirby?
I hope not, but you're probably right.
You mean the one that saved Smash?
Wow. It would be funny if no. Oh my god. It'd be so funny if he's just like, what's if Cyborg's like, what's Kirby's first name? Oh yeah, Jack. What else would it be?
Like, what was the lawyer's name that they named him after? Named Kirby after?
Wait, one more time.
The lawyer that they named Kirby after. What was his full name?
Oh, I don't remember.
I know it was something Kirby, and that's why they.
He worked with in HAL Laboratories as like a. Was he their accountant or was he just a lawyer?
No, he was a lawyer because he helped him win the lawsuit.
That's what it was. Okay. So I knew he worked with them. I just don't remember in what capacity.
But yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I rewound the stream.
But yeah, like, I'm definitely kind of like, I'm kind of sad that he's gone, but like knowing his legacy, I know that he's not gone. Like, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, because looking at the celebrity docs, when you look at their legacy and who they influence, like you can see that they have more value than just like their life, you know. And I feel like that's where people get the whole sadness in there. That's where I get it from, and I get it, but like. I guess I'm just too simple for I'm good. Because even then, when I see as far as celebrities are concerned, unless I personally know them somehow. Like their
I
value
mean,
to me.
I met what's his name, Big Harden boy. I don't care about
Yeah,
him.
well, I mean, I've met Ray Rice. Oops, how'd that turn out? I don't think he's a bad guy
I've met Ray
per
Lewis.
se, but
Ray Lewis is the worst celebrity I've ever met in my life.
yeah, but what I mean is, even for unless on a personal level, unless I'm like I can hang out with this person, I can talk with this person whenever.
By the way, if I ever become famous, y'all can still hang out with me. It's cool.
See, look, if Ryan was famous and he died, I'd be sad.
Well, that's because I know you. Nigga, I'd be sad if you died now. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
bro.
Steve.
Oh, he
Son.
would. He would cry like a bitch.
Son.
I mean, the only time I seen Steve cry was at your wedding.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, because you weren't at the funeral, so yeah. You
What funeral?
Our granddad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And our grandma. No, it's like 2 years ago, dude.
So
but I cried like a bag.
I can still say I'm sorry.
That's fine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I got up there, I got like a sentence in, and I was like, like it was ugly, dude.
He read his first sentence and
it was
sounded all
ugly,
good.
dude.
He was just like, "What can I say about the relationship I had with my granddad?" He started the next sentence and just
That's not how it started.
Like,
That's
not
I mean,
supposed to
I told an anecdote about how I spent some time with my granddad just at the
I mean, it is
at the retirement home.
I just know it's randomly. It's crazy at fucking funerals because my friend had a funeral a year ago, and
were you retracting friend?
Or retracting funeral, or just didn't want to talk about the funeral that much.
Well, I had nothing to do with it. I only carried the person.
He killed the guy.
I didn't kill anybody.
Selling us right now.
No, but so this girl went up there, and like in 5 seconds she started crying, and then everyone else in the audience cried, and I'm just like, I feel kind of awkward out here.
Kira says, "What? Steve had more emotions than sarcasm."
First of all, sarcasm isn't even an emotion. But yes, I do. In fact, just think, like I'm tearing up right now just thinking about the funeral. It's fun, but yeah,
So,
it's real right there.
just as an update for everyone, I found what and where Kirby's original name came from.
Did you find his original name? Because I just saw that shit.
His original name was actually Twinkle Popo.
Right.
Then it was Popopo. They tried Gasper for a second.
Popo.
And then
I guess he was white before.
And then they eventually named him after the lawyer John Kirby.
There we go.
John Kirby?
Yeah, John Kirby, who represented the company when they were sued by Universal, who alleged that Donkey Kong was copyrighted infringement of King Kong. Even though Donkey Kong was an adapted idea that they just kind of took after being tasked with making a licensed Popeye the Sailor game.
Yeah.
Now, did they say it's on like Donkey Kong, which is now copyrighted?
So you just got sued.
The irony. It's crazy.
Look, you were only supposed to play 30 seconds of it. I
Yeah.
didn't say you to play the whole thing.
I think is what I was about to say. Way back when we were talking about people dying. Yeah, celebrities dying was. It's cynical of me, I suppose, but even like the value of a celebrity that I don't personally know, which is to say all of them, is reduced to like
what they do,
whatever they do for me, right? So even Stan Lee, like probably some nothing else guy. I like Spider-Man. I like the Fantastic Four. I like Black Panther. I like those characters, but since I don't know him, his death only means like he can't make more stuff, and since he wasn't making stuff anymore, it's like it's mitigated. Where I'd be like, oh, that's a shame he died, but I'm not affected at all, actually.
I mean, I'm not going to say that just because you're sad, you're affected. It's just you're sad.
Yeah, it affected. I mean, literally, you put it in the chat, and I was like, oh. Like, there was, concern was like, negligible.
What do you mean, put it in the chat?
You're the one, you told me Stan Lee died. That's how I found out. You said, oh, Stan Lee died. And then in my little text thing, I didn't respond to, I didn't even see it. So basically, I saw Jason's response, which was, oh, wow, or something.
No, he said, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I saw that, and then I was like,
and then I think I said, oh, we should talk about that.
And then I was like, what are we talking about? And it's like, Stanley died. I was like, no. I literally shrugged and was like, okay. Because I don't know him. And like, death to me is like, if I don't know you, I'm sorry your family has to deal with you dying.
But still, what I'm saying is like having emotion is different from it affecting me. Because to me, an effect is like it's going to mess with my daily life or my life at the moment.
Okay,
that is the part that I do not
hashtag
understand.
Steve Mantix. When I say affected, I just mean it makes you feel anything.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I'm defining how I'm saying affected.
I'm agreeing with Ryan here. Like I understand completely being like sad or depressed for a little bit, or like even angry, like whatever that is, that's fine.
You down on me?
But like, what I don't understand is letting. Okay, so like I get that people try to like people learn about the person that creates something through what they create, through what they do for you. But like basically, you're just letting a stranger's death affect you to the point where like you can't function or you aren't working the same way. Like that, I don't know. Think I understand.
Well, I think it also depends on what you do as well. Because like, if you are a comic writer and you learn about family's death, that could greatly affect you because
he has more value to you.
Yeah. Or like if Neil deGrasse Tyson died right now and like you're a scientist or especially an astrophysicist.
I'm glad you added scientist.
Yeah, I was about to say you're a black person.
Say if Neil deGrasse Tyson died, like I guess I'm listening to Bill Nye talk by himself.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, I like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He's interesting.
He's got some weird opinions.
He has a nice radio voice.
But like, you know, a lot of people in the science world will probably be affected for a long time because he contributed a lot.
Also, Kira says, quote, yeah, that's doing the most. I'm not sure what she said, yeah, that's doing the most too.
Kira, can you be any less specific?
Yes,
I was going to say yes. And be like...
But like I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but personally, most celebrities dying does not affect me. I might feel an emotion at the time of hearing it, but it does not affect me. To the point where I can't go to work. Like I know when Prince died, there was a lot of people called out of work. Or like Michael Jackson died, a lot of people did not want to go to work. Or even Aretha Franklin. Yeah, like a lot of people was like, I can't.
But to be fair, people probably didn't go to work that day because they wanted to watch her like 8-hour funeral.
I mean,
it's not the same thing though.
Where somehow she had 4 costume changes.
But no, her death and her funeral were way different dates.
Yeah.
Are there any celebrities any of you would have to be like, I think I need to take off work for?
No.
Do we count as celebrities? Because one of y'all, I would take off. I would have to.
Probably.
Does my
Not
pastor
definitely.
count? I didn't
Probably.
go to work that day, but that's because his funeral was on Thursday.
As far as celebrities, like as like people who most of the world would know, no, there's not a person that I would.
You're not taking a day off if Obama died?
No. I mean, I like OBZ. Like he was one of my faves, but nah, I'm not taking off.
If I ever bought Shaq Fu, I'd play him for sure.
I don't know. I think I might have to be like, I need to take a break if David Gilmour died. And I'd be like, I need 50 seconds. No one got cigarettes.
He's one of the guitarists for Pink Floyd.
Thanks.
And he's
Where have you been for the last fucking 40, 50 years?
I know you like Pink Floyd, but I have no, like, again, I don't know shit about celebrities.
Like most of the influential people who I cared about had already died before I like.
You were born.
Oh, that's
Jimi Hendrix.
Old enough to know.
And then the influential people that I see now, I'm kind of jaded by most of the death that I grew up with, to the point where.
Are you saying that you wouldn't care?
You can wait for him to say it. You can wait like 5 seconds.
So
he'll tell you.
I'm like jaded by most deaths to the point where like I will feel a sadness for a moment, but not enough for me to have an emotional breakdown.
Right.
However, comma.
If you comma, however, comma.
I
Thank you.
appreciate your Oxford comma there.
There are people in my life that I would have emotional breakdowns over, but like celebrity, no. I mean, unless my uncle counts, because he did play professional football for a while, why not?
I know a football player. That was really random. I know a football player.
He just got traded. Is he still on the Bears?
He didn't get picked up, so he's not playing this year.
So, what about you guys? Any celebrity? I know you'd be very sad Nicki Minaj died.
I can tell.
Absolutely.
You realize, like, I don't think that stuff decays, dude. Like, she would just be that fun forever.
Before you go on, also anyone in the audience, same question, write in the comments.
Oh yeah, same question to the audience members.
Well,
you know Chester Bedingfield.
Yeah, honestly, that was
a
show. Comparison
to end the show. But like, we can ask this question: like, who would you absolutely not give a fuck? But anyway,
everybody.
I'm about saying, anyone else besides who we're talking about.
But anyway, like people, there's nobody that I would like.
If he wasn't president anymore, because it doesn't matter if he's not president. If he is president, it's important that he died.
No,
that means something.
No, I'm saying I would take a day off to celebrate.
Oh, that's rude.
That's fucked up.
I wouldn't do that.
I really don't.
I wouldn't do that. That's reasonable.
There's nobody's death I would celebrate.
That was me. I should.
Like if Hitler came back and then died again, maybe
I would celebrate.
Maybe I don't know.
I think I would.
I just feel like Hitler said.
I think I just kind of give Tiger Woods fist pump and keep going about.
Man, I really can't think of anybody who like has that much influence over me anymore though. Like
right.
Like Iwata was pretty good. Like if
good.
Like
there's a couple people on TV that
Smash Brothers.
Sakurai.
Yeah, Sakurai went. I would probably feel a certain way, but I wouldn't be like, I can't function.
If Sakurai went, especially depending on how he went, I think I'd be a little angry at him.
He probably would commit suicide before anything else.
Dude,
they keep asking me for things.
The realest shit ever was when he stared into the camera during that last direct and was just like, "Will I ever get a break?"
Yeah, it was a cry for help. He was like,
"It was."
Just look at his eyes.
He was like, "Will I ever get a break?"
Sakurai, Sakurai, if you need help, blink twice. He blinked like, right. He was like,
I mean, you could just see in his eyes losing his soul.
Yo, real talk. That's why he did that trailer at the end. Because he was just like, yo, fuck Nintendo. You just hear my boy Kirby. Fuck everybody. He's dead.
I feel like he's just like
Brawl again, where he's like, my favorite character is Meta Knight. Let's make him the best in the game. And he's I made Kirby. Let's make him save the fucking universe.
Like low-key.
Well, this is the second time Kirby saved the universe.
Low-key. Dude.
Okay, do you mean in Smash
or in his games?
Because he does it every game.
Yeah.
Except maybe Crystal Shards.
No, it's something
like
Smash Brothers. Because the first.
Oh, in Subspace?
Yeah.
That was Mario.
Nah.
The first characters you get are Mario and Pit.
But DDD and Luigi come back first.
I'm saying because it's DDD saves the world because he has those badges. Kirby eats one, he gives one to Luigi and Ness. So it's DDD is the hero. But same thing, it's just a Kirby character.
I was about to say DDD can't be the hero because he's the villain. So
he's actually not.
See, he's an anti-hero. He's not even an anti-hero. He's greedy as hell. He's not even
he's an anti-hero.
He's just super.
He's not even. He's a greedy king.
He's just kind of a dick.
So he's an anti-hero, kind of.
Yeah, see, kind of like
he's not really an anti-hero though.
He's in there for his own interest.
That doesn't make him an anti-hero. Anti-hero is you're a hero because you have no other choice.
Yeah, he has a choice.
That's not the definition of anti-hero.
Yeah, I actually looked it up. It is.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying anti-hero is just like you're a hero, but you're a dick.
No.
Okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna answer Ryan's original question.
There's
nobody that I would like stop for if they died outside of like people I actually know, like you guys, my family. Mm-hmm. There are a couple people I'd be sad for, like a couple sports figures, like the two guys from PTI. I've just been watching them since I was like 12.
John Madden.
Is he still alive?
I actually thought he was dead.
I had to ask. Yeah, he's not dead.
Because I feel like I only hear from him on Thanksgiving.
It's just because he doesn't do the voiceovers for Madden anymore.
Nah.
That's why.
He did.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, wait,
so like those two guys from PTI. Outside of that, like
Charles Barkley. Yeah.
Charles Barkley.
Oh nah. If Charles Barkley.
If Charles Barkley died, yeah, that's your name. Your dog. Is that your dog's name, Charles Barkley? Yeah.
If Charles Barkley died, I think literally I would be sad for a minute and just kind of be like, that's just true. Keep going.
So hold up, time out. Speaking of dog names, my friend had this like great post.
Real quick, Brandon says Keiji Inafune, the Mega Man creator.
Nah.
Yeah.
He said he died.
Like, I understand. I get you.
But speaking of like pets, my friend made a post like, next time I get a pet, I'm naming it a Florida man. So every time I can make an update, it just sounds like a random update, like a Florida man got caught in a tree again today. A Florida man stole 2 sausages and fled the sea.
That's pretty funny.
Florida man pooped in the corner of my yard.
So, alright, so the definition of anti-hero that I found, by the way, is an anti-hero or anti-heroine is a protagonist in a story who lacks conventional heroic qualities and attributes such as idealism, courage, and morality.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like DDD would be more of an anti-hero.
Nah,
he's not a villain. He's not a villain.
Morality.
Hang on, correct? Yeah.
He's not a villain.
Yeah.
He doesn't have conventional morality.
He does.
Such as.
He generally does care about not dying.
And he does care about his people. He's just
he's serving.
Yeah,
he's serving.
I was a joke.
No, I'm talking about him. He's serving his self-interest at that point.
Making sure that people don't die.
No, being greedy.
Oh, but that's no. I mean, he is also greedy, but like,
yeah, but
generally speaking, whenever he's involved in a game,
Whenever
Yes.
his people or his kingdom are threatened, he goes and helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they weren't threatened or not, he would probably not. He would be passive.
Question mark. It's literally never happened when he's been involved, except when he was a hero.
He would probably be more passive. If
Hey, look, I'm out of mind.
Literally,
So, I don't know what imaginary
literally
penguins
the
think, bro.
only time.
So think about. All right. So
hold on.
Oh no, I can no.
Because
Listen,
you don't play these
Gaston.
games, nigga.
Gaston, think of Venom. He's an anti-hero, right?
Yeah.
So, if
he is actually amoral.
Yeah, I was about to say. You can finish.
Listen, so all right, Venom. If he was somewhere and something was going down, would he immediately run to help that person? Would he have to think about it? Like, do I really care?
It would depend. Oh yeah, okay. Okay.
So DDD is kind of the same way.
But isn't that literally every hero?
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because they have to go. All right, what's
Is
going
it-
on? Is it for the greater good? Is this a good thing I'm about to? They have to think
No,
about
if
it.
somebody screams help me, Spider-Man's flying in there right away.
Not if he knows who it is. What if it was just Venom going help me?
I mean, he's fine.
The spider sense would go off.
I mean, he's fine in there. That doesn't necessarily mean when he gets there he's going to help. He'll be like, oh, that's fucking Dr. Octopus. And he probably will anyway.
Is Mary Jane again? Oh, I'm going to hurt
Yeah, is it the fact that you run to help someone that makes you a hero, or the fact that you will help anyone?
It's just your first instinct is usually to help people, whereas
Right.
anti-hero is like, how will this benefit me?
Yeah, but DDD doesn't do that when he goes to help people.
You just said
He
that
goes
if it's not to help his kingdom, he's more or less going to use.
But yeah, but that literally isn't. This benefits me.
Yeah, that
Literally.
benefits my kingdom.
Again, you said if he's not going to help his people, he's going to serve its interest that's going to make him.
He's
more
helping
greedy.
his people because it helps him.
Yeah, but
That's true
even
too.
then, if you help people because it's your responsibility, then are you a hero then?
Nah, you're just a king.
Because literally, that's Spider-Man's whole thing. They made it like it's almost in every movie. They have to try to avoid saying it.
No, but
You
what I'm
can do
saying
the
is,
things that
what I'm
most
saying is,
people
DD, y'all putting DD in two camps. Whereas either he's doing it to help his people or he's doing it for greed.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm saying-
You said you asked us to describe him, and he is greedy. He's gluttonous.
Yes, he likes to eat.
He's like, what if Kirby would take food from other people? That's literally.
I mean, Kirby does do that.
No, I mean he doesn't actually. I mean, like literally, the plot of
I'm just out. That was a joke.
No, I'm specifically just mentioning the plot of at least two things involving DDD. I think three because he had the picture charts too.
Yep.
Is him taking food from people. You know.
And honestly, in like
Yeah.
3 of the games, when he's a bad guy, he's cursed by something or possessed.
Yeah. Except.
And then immediately, as soon as he's unpossessed, he's like, "Oh, let me help you unpossess everyone else."
Yeah.
I mean,
His
even
motivations are like.
Even Wolverine's an anti-hero. No, I'm looking at it right
Wolverine's
now.
a dick.
I think it depends on who's writing for him,
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna say that's a problem with a lot of Marvel characters.
I mean, in
Wow,
general,
we were talking
the
about
X-Men
that.
are kind of, at times, they're anti-heroes.
I mean, Cyclops went full
rogue.
I mean, even Superman
hard in
went
the paint.
from hero to villain.
I mean, I feel that was a special case. Are you talking about with the Yellow Lantern ring? Or
Or
that
the
was
Justice
Hal
Lords,
Jordan.
or
I mean, Hal Jordan literally
Flashpoint.
became paralyzed, but he was possessed, so I don't know if that counts.
that doesn't really... I mean, I feel that's just Parallax, not really how
How did we get here from talking about that?
We were talking about Kirby. And destroying universes.
Jack Kirby. We're talking about Jack Kirby.
Oh, I guess when Shiggy goes, that's sad.
See, it's funny. You said Shiggy, and the first thing I thought of was Itoi. I didn't think of Miyamoto.
So I'm just reading this. King DDD also spelled this way is a major recurrent antagonist and anti-hero to Kirby in Nintendo and Hell-led long-running Kirby.
Is that the Wikipedia article?
Definition.
That's
of
fine.
anti-hero.
That's fine. I'll give him antagonist any day because that happens a lot. Except he's possessed a lot, which is weird.
Yeah, you should probably stop. It
What, getting possessed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it happens in Smash too. He's possessed in that game. Well, his body's possessed.
Meta Knight is also considered anti-hero.
Meta Knight is 1,000.
Literally tries to kill Kirby because
for fun,
for reasons.
Yeah.
Challenge. Come,
pick up the
fight
sword.
me.
No. I don't
Like
want
even
it.
Taskmaster can be considered anti-hero because he's doing it because he's paid to do it. But then,
Well, that's not even Taskmaster, but that's his character. He's a mercenary. That's fine.
Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah.
But like people like DDD can still be anti-hero. Is what I'm saying. But anyway,
That was a great discussion about imaginary penguin.
Should we just go back to other old debates like Pokemon?
First of all,
Whoa.
best
Breath of the
starter.
Wild.
Hold up, I was just gonna say,
Skyward Sword, good game or bad game?
Breath of the Wild or Skyward Sword is gonna be my thing. It's Pokemon Steve's trigger.
It is today. Chickweed is trash. Sorry. Jason.
So
I
with
don't know
it
how to
being
attach
now
to
9
it.
o'clock, should we start to wrap this up?
No, all night long.
No.
You gotta sing the song, otherwise I'm gonna leave.
Don't make him turn on
This
Donkey
is
Kong.
a song that never ends.
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay. Is anyone anything else last? Got a He-Man, anything else in the comments?
I just want to say, okay, so this is late because we only meet every 2 weeks. But like, I just want to bring this up real quick. I really hate people that don't vote on purpose.
Depends.
Like I saw a picture on Facebook from some random black woman that was holding up a sign that says, "I didn't vote," smiley face, because we already elected our leader. His name is Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ isn't going to help you. Jesus helps those who help themselves. Hey.
Well, that's not necessarily true, but
regardless.
Well, that was a Futurama quote.
I just really don't like people who make up shit as a reason why they shouldn't vote. Like, voting doesn't help people. It don't help black people.
That's not really fair.
But people do that.
I mean, at least in the context of the Jesus thing, it's not really fair either.
It's incorrect either way.
I wouldn't go that far.
So,
that's fine.
Are we going to do closing thoughts, Jason?
Closing thoughts. Gaston needs to go see Venom.
Where's Squid? Not here. Could have planned that shit.
Closing thoughts. Generation 3 has the best starters collectively, stat-wise, and design-wise.
Gaston, closing thoughts?
Venom's trash.
Oh my god.
Gen 3 is the best. I
Oh my
agree that Gen 3
God.
is the best.
No, I said Gen 3 starters.
Hold on, did we have this whole thing about how you can't state opinion as fact?
If you take a sip of something and you don't like it, do you need to drink the rest of it to prove that you don't like it?
At this point, we'd have to discuss if a trailer qualifies as a sip.
It does. That's the point of a trailer.
See, look, we're saying it has to be. Is it an accurate representation of the
hold
movie?
On, no,
if it's not, it doesn't count as a
Because
sip.
Avengers wasn't an accurate representation. Because how was Hulk in the trailer?
Regardless.
No. this
Bruce Banner was in the trailer. And I already wanted to see that movie anyway.
So he's already biased against Venom. That's why it's trash based on the trailer. That's what we learned today.
I'm biased against Sony.
That's what we learned today.
Sony makes bad movies.
I mean, probably.
So anyway, my closing thoughts are Excelsior. We'll see you next time.
That's not a thought, nigga.
You guys want to know a thought?
Wow, he's way to
You guys
ruin
want
that
to
time.
know a thought? Nicki Minaj. Got him.
Way to ruin a very sentimental ending.
Hey, you did it first.
Was it?
I mean, reword this almost happened.
No, we were just talking about Kirby.
No, it wasn't that appropriate. I mean, you know what?
We're still streaming on YouTube.
Quote, a
Oh,
trailer.
give it a second.
Also known as
You shouldn't hear anything. Oh, I guess not. Oh well.
Wanted to check.
I'm just saying, the trailer is a preview.
The trailer is made to mislead you a lot of times.
We're gonna make this like
Not a lot of times.
once I learn how to use the animal and stuff. That was a
Kira
really
says
good
before you
stand-up
guys leave, she wants to say fuck YouTube for having a character in it for the live chat.